take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Slide, 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 slide. You finna go live. Slide, you finna go live. Slide, you finna go live. Slide. I like you got some skate. Skate, song, skate, song, skate. I like you got on some 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 skate. Start butter jet, let's go. Pull off with you. Slide ding, ride ding, there ding. Move it with you, drop it with you. Time about the green light, let's go.
What's up? What's up? What's up, Kane Nation? I'm excited today. I'm fired up. Ain't no more school. Coach Loose up in this thing. I got my cane juice. I left my cup. I don't even need my cup. We're going red cup today, man. Look here. We breaking all rules, all laws. Let's get it. Beautiful sip of the cane juice. As we get ready to jump into this thing, I appreciate everybody in the building. Quan Boston up in this thing. What it do, Coach? I'm here. The early check-in. Quan, what's up with you, baby? Been a minute. Huh? This is the same Quan Boston I'm thinking about from way back in the days in Carroll City. All right, man. It's been a minute, man. I hope everything is well with you. The producer, LMV, in the building. Appreciate you. T. Hines in the building. There we go. Them Blue Wrench girls off in there. All right, here we go. We got quite a few to talk about. Everybody pumping it up. Look, they already on it. They giving a thumbs up. Let me know everything looks good, sounds good. We ready to rock and roll. So let's go on and get into this deal. Let's talk about it. The Miami Hurricanes, again, are going to have a big recruiting weekend coming up this Friday. So it's Sunday, but coming up this Friday. And we're going to have some big-time names on campus. And as I was looking at the visit list, we're going to have quite a few names just throughout the month of June. All right. Before I get into this piece and I open up phone lines and I want to hear about what people think and who we need to get and what's our chances and all of that good stuff. I got to go back, right? So last week I said some things on there and I cut a piece out and I put it up on YouTube yesterday. And I've been getting some praise, but I also been getting some feedback, I guess is the right way to say it. I've been getting some feedback on what I said. And basically, to summarize what I said was, in order for Coach Cristobal, because I want to clear this up, in order for Coach Cristobal to secure the top 4 and 5 star athletes, because remember, when you're making reels and things, you have a very limited time. So you can't, you got to try and fit all that into one little box, almost like Twitter, right? You got to, 140 characters to get your point across. So anyhow, what I was saying was, in order for Miami to secure the top 4 and 5 star athletes, especially in our backyard, we have to win games with the 3-star athletes. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean we're not getting any 4 and 5 star athletes? No. But the majority of these guys that we're getting commitments from right now are 3-star guys, which is okay. Not necessarily, the fandom in me doesn't like it, but the coach in me truly understands why it is the way it is. And I understand that it's because of 20 years of BS that's been going on at the university from, the administration, the school, the lack of spending money, all of the variables that it takes to get us in this situation. I clearly get it. I clearly understand that. So I say all that to say this. Back to, again, what I'm saying. In order to secure these guys, in order to get these 4 and 5 star guys to commit to us, we have to win these ball games. We have to show them that we are a winning program. And right now, we are not a winning program. We are not. And that's what it is. That is the reality of life. I'm not saying we won't win in the future, but as of right now, we're not. And we're 5 and 7, guys. That's a fact. Like 2 + 2 is 4. All right. And so to say, would a Jeremiah Smith come to the Miami Hurricanes? Probably not. But in order to win the Jeremiah Smiths over, the Brandon Enos is over, these big time guys in the state of Florida and especially in South Florida, we have to show them. We can't just talk about what we're going to do. We have to show them that we are winning ball games, and we're winning ball games with quote unquote lesser talent. So imagine if I am this 4-star, 5-star guy. I keep bringing up Jeremiah Smith because he just pops in my head, right? Top wide receiver. And I'm laying in my bed at night and I'm thinking about schools. And I'm saying to myself, man, I could see myself at the Canes. You know what? Them boys out there, they winning ball games with quote unquote 3 stars. So imagine if myself came and a Brandon Enos came and this dude came and that dude came and what's some of the other guys that's out there on this list? The KJ Bolden, let me see who's the other name, the Colin Simmons, and those guys came. Imagine what we could do. We could take Miami over the top. Now that's a different story. But if I go now, will we just get Miami up here? No, maybe so. But again, you have to think of a mind of a 17-year-old. Can't think of when we were 17. You have to think of these guys now at 16, 17, 18 years old. Some of them 19. But that's what it is, and that's where we are. So I want to clear that up. Then I made a statement, and I said that we can do this. And I firmly believe that we can do this. We can win these games. And I went through the little roster, and the schedule. And I talked about we should annihilate people like Virginia, like Duke, and North Carolina, as I'm thinking of yesteryear. But I'm saying to myself, we got to win those type of games with lesser talent. Still thinking we have better talent. But I made the statement saying we're not in the SEC where it's a battle every week. And so one guy says in the comment, I don't know who it was, but in the comment section, he says, well, coach, the SEC didn't have all that talent, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So I thought about it and I looked it up. In the SEC conference, they had 3 teams that were 5-7. No one else was less than 5-7. 3 teams: Vanderbilt, Texas A&M, Auburn. Vanderbilt, Texas A&M, and Auburn were all 5-7. If you would have put the University of Miami and substitute them, this is what I put in the response in the comment. If you would have substitute the University of Miami for any one of those 3 teams, I don't care if it was Vanderbilt, Auburn, or Texas A&M, would we have gone 5-7? Let me know in the chat. Do you think our record would have been better or worse being in the SEC? Do you think we would have gone 5-7? Knowing that one of those games was a field goal game against Virginia, that gives us the 5th win, or one of the 5 wins. That's all I'm saying. So right here, laugh out loud. Here we go. Real appreciate it. Laugh out loud. $305, $5. Coach, remember that 2017 was built off the grind and a lot of 3-star athletes. Exactly right. But you didn't sustain it. You didn't sustain it. And correct me if I'm wrong, then there was a coaching change, I think the year after 18, and the coach, you got to sustain this stuff. So I said that when I made that comparison to the SEC, I was saying that, of course, the competition is higher. Regardless if it's top heavy or not, I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at who you would have had to play. Whether it's the SEC East or West, look at who you've had to play. And so that's where I was. Yeah. So right here, Malachi says, Vandy, substitute University of Miami for Vanderbilt and go play their schedule. Will we have still been 5-7? I don't think so. Based on last year's team, I don't think so. Take the exact same team and put them in that schedule. Hell, at least we played one of the worst SEC teams in that conference, and Texas A&M and gave them a good game. But imagine playing teams like that. Think about it. That was one of the worst teams in the SEC. Gave them a good fight, still lost the game. So imagine what that looks like throughout the season for the next 10, 11 games. Of course, you got your run through games there. And hell, we gave up one of those. So That's all I was saying. I want to make sure I was clear on that. All right, let's flip gears. Let's switch gears a little bit and let's talk about some of these recruits coming on campus. We talk about this week. Official visits are starting to kick around and everything else, and guys are coming on campus and so forth. So according to this list, this is from Inside the U. We have Cameron Franklin, Drayon Miller, Jeray Hawkins, James Nestor, and Keyshawn Flowers coming on campus here on the June 2nd, based on this list. Now, may have been some changes. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sure. But June 9th is the big one. You got big-time Colin Simmons, 5-star. Ellis Robinson, the Georgia commit, coming on campus. You have Aiden Breland coming on. Jarrett Gibson, I broke his tape down already. I broke down Colin Simmons already. So you go check those out. Got quite a few guys coming on campus. I need to know what you guys think about these players coming on campus. Also, some of the big targets that are heating up, that's trending towards Miami's way, is Justin Scott. Now, I haven't broken his tape down, but I have watched it. I have to be honest. I watched it. And that dude, I like him a lot. I'm going to break his tape down here coming up. I like his tape a lot. He's a big guy. He's strong. He's fast. Playing in Chicago, not always the greatest of talent in the shot, but looking at what he's doing, he does a great job. Jojo Trader, the receiver, the 1-2 punch there out of Chaminade. Of course, he's the teammate of Jeremiah Smith. He's coming on campus as well. I think he'll do great for the Canes if we can grab him. I have not seen T.A. Cunningham. T.A. Cunningham is another 4-star defensive lineman coming on, so I have not checked his tape out. And then Zaquan Patterson, I broke him down. I think Zaquan Patterson can definitely contribute to the University of Miami. Hold on, Daryl Page say he can't hear you, Coach. You can't hear me, guys? Let me get a thumbs up. Say you can hear me. Maybe you got your stuff on mute, Daryl. Oh, he says got it. Okay. He had me scared. I thought I was doing all the talking. Sometimes Coach get to talking to cyberspace and it's over. Oh, E. Brown. Bring that. Come here, E. E. Brown. I know I'm on the phone line. You're a hater. I want you to talk about it. Oh, Scrub Hub over there. He was talking about Scrub Hubs. But anyway, thank you guys for the thumbs up. He had, Daryl Page had me scared. He probably had his volume turned all the way down. Telling me he can't hear me. But anyway, again, Zaquan Patterson, I think will be a huge pickup, again, out of Chaminade for the Miami Hurricanes. I love the way he plays. I love the intensity. Like I said, I broke his tape down. You guys go check it out. You hear everything I had to say. I ranked him and all that. I think he definitely would be a big-time contributor. Also, another 4-star is tight end KJ Duff. I saw some of his film today. Big dude, tall dude. And again, I know the tight end position has changed. But unfortunately, the attributes and the characteristics of a tight end hasn't changed. He's about 6'5", 6'6", 200 pounds. Comes in kind of like a Jaleel Skinner almost. Very big guy. Can catch the ball extremely well. And I'll break his tape down as the year goes on. But he does a great job catching the football. He's not very fast. And what I'm realizing as they starting to tag these guys as tight ends and not wide receivers, I believe truly it's because their top end speed is not there. They're possession guys, kind of like the H-back. Forgot people that don't know what the H-back is. It's not that traditional attached tight end, with a hand in the dirt, right there next to the offensive tackle, making a 6-man on the line of scrimmage. These guys are the H-backs. Like you say, you see the Jaleel Skinners, you see the Elijah Arroyo body types, the Brevin Jordans we had back in the day, Kyle Pitts. But again, those guys are big. I mean, he's coming in at 200 pounds. I think it's a little light, me personally. I mean, if you think about this. I believe, I may be wrong, maybe off a couple of pounds. But you look at a Brashard Smith that's 5'10", 200, maybe 195. And then you look at a 6'6", KJ Duff, 200 pounds. 200 pounds is 200 pounds. But guess what? On a 6'6" frame and a 5'10" frame is two different things. So that's what it is, man, in that sense. So I just wanted to bring that up real quick. Let me see here. He said, Malachi said, I think Zaquan may go up north. What you think? I heard Auburn is trending for Zaquan. I hope to God not. I really do. I don't know what Auburn has that Miami doesn't have. I have to be very honest with you. I think Miami is definitely trending in a better way than they are, than Auburn. Just what it is. Hometown kid. I don't see a benefit of going to Auburn versus Miami. I'll put it that way. I'll put it like that. I don't see the benefit of him going to Auburn from a player standpoint. Now, again, a lot of these recruits are based on relationships. A lot of these recruits are based on the relationships they have with their recruiter, those coaches, the staff, the head coach, and that makes a big deal in a lot of these cases. So sometimes we can't get caught up on, the logo and why the kids go there versus the man. And that's huge right there. We'll definitely talk about that. Let me see here. Trying to go through some of these deals here. Yeah, go Tigers. A little old school today, man. Oh, I'm his son. Okay. Well, tell your old boy I said what's up. He said that's the old boy. Well, tell the old boy I said what's up, man. Oh, man, that's awesome, man. I ain't seen Quan in a long time, bro. I hope he's doing well. All right, here we go. I talked about E. Brown. E. Brown about to get slapped up here in a second. Says Auburn got some Miami Central guys. Yeah, I get it. All right. And so that's where we are there. Also, I saw the Dalen Russell commit, the young man out of Columbus. All right, the defensive end or the defensive lineman out of Columbus. I saw his tape. Again, another 3-star guy. I think he'd come in. He definitely has some work has to be done. I looked at his film. He definitely has to add some tools to his toolbox in order to compete at this level. I think he's a big guy. He plays, like I say, he's at Columbus, and I know, Coach Cristobal and Coach Mirabal went to Columbus, and that's a big deal for them. And I totally understand that. But like I say, right now, when it comes to his film and his tape, it's okay. But that's okay. They see something in them that we don't see. Maybe they have them on campus. They did certain drills with them. I'm strictly looking at the film, strictly looking at the tape. Still Kane says, blessings, Coach. Blessing to you as well. All right, let me start pumping this number here to fill it up so we can get this thing rocking. 862-799-9956. While we wait on a few people to pop in, let me go ahead and give a shout out to the sponsor today, Mr. Alex Tabio right there from Pioneer Mortgage Funding. Anything you have to do with home financing, make sure you give him a call. He is a big Kane fan. So holler at him, tell him Coach Hayes sent you. If you're first hometown buyer, VA loans, if you're trying to sell your home, whatever you got going on with the home, give him a call, 305-205-1697. All his information is in the description as well. Trust me, he'll hook you up. Very professional. He's on it. He'll bulldog for your services. He will make sure you get the best deal possible out there. And he has very aggressive programs for for entrepreneurs out there. So all my landscapers out there, barbers and everybody else, big shout out. He definitely has a program for you when it comes to those stuff. Speaking of barbers, got to give a special happy birthday. I don't know if he's listening or not. Maybe he is. But my dog, Coach Derek Carroll, he's over there at St. Thomas Aquinas. And see, he got his championship ring, man. So let's go ahead and give him a round of applause. I got to find the doggone button up here. Let's give him a round of applause for his birthday. My dog, Derek Carroll, in the building, man. Good friend of mine, good coach, man, and everything else. Coached at Miramar for some time. Coached with us at Norland and Jackson and so forth. And he a barber, too. Cuts by Coach. Go hit him up. Hey, you fresh around here. You know what I mean? But anyway, so let's get this thing rolling. Like I said, phone line is open, 862-799-9956. You're more than welcome to call in. Let's get this thing going. Somebody said they have his weight from his sophomore year. Okay. Like I said, I don't know what their weight is. I go by what I see on that list. It is what it is in that sense. Let's talk about this too. The Hurricane players, the current players on the roster, are also big in helping with the recruiting process. I've been hearing the name Bobby Washington and Robbie Washington a lot when it comes to helping recruit for the Miami Hurricanes. And we know they were very vocal during their recruiting process about having guys come in and so forth and so on. And that's a good sign that they want guys to come. They want people to come to help turn the program around. You know, again, we already got Vincent Shavers. We got Chris Wheatley Humphrey, Chance Robinson. Those guys are already on the deal. Now, let's talk about a couple of people I saw. Dylan Stewart, if I'm not mistaken. Dylan Stewart, he's intriguing to me. He's listed as a 5-star. I watched his tape. It's about 2 minutes long. It's a bunch of practice. He's a big old dude now. Big old dude. Right? 6'5.5", 240. That's what you want coming in. Now, that's different than 200. 6'5.5", 6'6", 240. They have him listed as a 5-star. Everybody has him as the number 1 player in DC. On3 has him as the number 1 player, the number 1 edge rusher. 247 has him number 3. ESPN the number 4, and Rivals as the number 2. His tape doesn't say that. I'm sorry. Unless there's another tape that I didn't find. I looked it up. I pulled up Huddle. Let me look again because I want to make sure. Sophomore highlight, but I'm talking about his junior highlights. Now, maybe he was hurt. Maybe he was injured. I don't know. But what I will say is when I look at the tape, he's a big old dude. He's a big old dude. But the tape is not saying 1 and 2. I'm not saying he's not a player. Get me wrong. I'm not saying he's not a player. But I gotta see something. I gotta see something different than what I saw on this tape. Does he have all the attributes? Yes, he has the size. It looks like he has good speed, kind of playing off the edge. Physical, but there are a lot of tools that got to be put in here. And again, their ranking, I believe, is based on potential. My chips are based on what I see. And off of this 2-minute tape, I have to say, I can't say I wasn't impressed. I just don't think the video matches the ranking. I'll put it and leave it at that point. In that sense, I'll leave it in that point. Would I take him? Most definitely. Most definitely would I take him. Definitely would I take him. Okay. But in that sense, it'll be very interesting to find out. I also want to find out when it comes to the phone calls here, if anybody like to call in, nobody's called in yet, is what does having these players on campus, what does that do? It's great to have them on campus, but can we seal the deal? What does Coach Cristobal have to do and or say to these recruits to seal the deal on a, let's say, a Zaquan Patterson, right? A guy that's probably on the fence. You got a Colin Simmons that's coming in. That's not necessarily trending our way, but he decided to burn one of his official visits to come see us. So that says something. I have to say that's a very good positive. That's a big positive for the U. But a bigger positive is to get them on campus and seal the deal. Okay? And seal the deal. So that right there is huge. I need to find out exactly what it is they need to do in order to seal the deal on some of these players. You know, I saw a guy, Gary Furman, he was on the On3 roundtable. He was talking about instant impact players and so forth and so on. That's huge, man. David Stone is another player that I saw. David Stone is a young man, I believe, that big time dude. He goes to IMG, 6'4", 278, interior guy, right? That's great size right there. Great size, interior guy. From Oklahoma originally, okay? Oklahoma trending his way more or less. Michigan State, they say he has a good rapport when it comes to Mel Tucker. But they say Miami's in the race. So it'll be very interesting to see what he can do. I think he's a big plus. And you have to remember, we're going to start losing some of these linemen. We're going to start losing the Leonard Taylor here in the next year or two. We're going to lose a lot, Harrison Hunts and so forth, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Some of these guys in the next year or two. We got some good edge guys, and we got some time with the Najee Kellys and the Reuben Baines, but our interior dudes are going to start, trickling away here in a second. So we definitely need to find that out. All right. We got my first caller today. Y'all know what time it is. She is in the building.
Let's get the obvious stuff out of the way. We're all here to do what we're all here to do. Because you didn't come here to make the choice. You've already made it. You're here to try to understand why you made it. I thought you'd have figured that out by now.
We have the one and only, the Oracle, in the building to let us know what's going on with these Miami Hurricanes. Ms. Wilcox, talk to us.
Hi, Coach. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing lovely.
So talk to us. What's your thoughts about these young men coming in on campus? To be honest with you, Coach Mario Cristobal is sprinkling his magic recruiting dust by having a season like we had last year, an entire coaching turnover and all of that good stuff, and still getting these top recruits to burn one of their official visits to come see the University of Miami. What does that mean to you?
The first thing is that the parents has trust in Mario. And we have a guy there, a gentleman with money. And it's written in the courtroom. Parents are going into the background of each university and see, are these records real? If they real, they'll be in the courtroom for you to go see in the library, okay? A lot of parents have woken up because it's wake-up time. You can't waste your child's education. You can't just go somewhere and be a number. And at this point, you're going to get two things at Miami. You guarantee your diploma, graduation, and you guarantee to make money. But you also have a great hope from the number 2 man that was ranked number 2 from New Orleans, and for somebody from Florida, Opelika. Now, if you can read between the lines what I'm saying, he led his dogs to win many high titles, and plus they're all in the Hall of Fame. Okay? That's Ed Reed. That's Ray Lewis. Their mama gave them hope. Daddy maybe, some daddy stayed. But at this time, this young man is flourished by the dolphin and the whale. Meaning that, don't you know at this time the whales are knocking over ships? Dolphins are trying to help people. The sharks is out to attack. And I don't go to church because the church killed a whole lot of people. And y'all going to have a wake-up call on that. But let me get back to Mario.
Can I ask a question?
You are in a triangle situation. Alabama, Georgia, Miami. You all have a leverage and better opportunity right now because the other two have their doom days. So a lot of young men are waking up that they want it all. But to get it all, the school that they are attending now is ranked, meaning that some of them are not high standard schools. That's why their ranking is not what it is not. Meaning that if you're going to school with a 7 and a 6, you're going to be a 5. If you're going to a school with a 5 and a 4, you're going to be what? A 3 and a 4. But if you go to a school that's 1, 2D program, you're going to be Ed Reed, but you're still spectacular because he became number 1. Rankings don't have anything to do with it. The school is the ranking. And y'all better wake up on this. And that's the key. Have a blessed one.
No, but Ms. Wilcox, do you mind if I ask you?
Yes.
I want to ask you a quick question. So I heard last time we were talking with LeBron and them, and you brought up the whale and the dolphin. I have to be very honest. Explain that to me, please, because I'm not understanding. You brought it up again today. So what do you mean the whale and the dolphin?
Again, let me give you that. LeBron played with who? Miami
Everybody?
Heat.
Oh,
That's
Miami.
our water, right? Meaning that he's supposed to be a dolphin. A dolphin has a human eye. A whale has a human eye. So do the tiger. What's the eyes that you watch that's watching you? They are humans. And his ex right now, he has his pain day for not staying with the Miami Heat. They gave him great opportunity to keep coming back if he wants the opportunity that somebody's going to work well with him. Because California, what he got around him, that's an elephant over there in the room.
Gotcha. All right.
Alrighty then. Be blessed.
Yes,
Bye.
ma'am. Have a great day. Bye, Miss Wilcox. Bye-bye. All right, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I told you. The Oracle has spoken. Coming to 1801 here in 1 second. I did not know the dolphins, whales, and tigers had human eyes. Learn something every day on this show. That's what I'm talking about. 1801. Call and talk to us. We've been talking about lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Talk to me.
What up, Coach? Hey, this your boy Darren Page. He's calling out of Gainesville.
Man, Dale, you had me scared, man. I thought I was up there talking to nobody, man. You told me I can't hear you, Coach. What's up with you, man? What you had it on mute?
Nah, I don't know what was going on. I refreshed the phone, then it had started working.
Okay.
Well, what's up, Coach? Hey, what's going on with you, man?
Man, we just talking about these players, man. We talking about these guys coming on campus. You know, I did a show last week in regards to, hey, Coach, you know, where are the 4 and 5 stars? And people kind of jumped down my head, jumped down my throat a little bit about it. But I think I cleared it up, hopefully. But if I didn't, they'd be all right. And that's what it is, man. But that's where we are, man.
A lot of people got to understand, a lot of these 5-star like to wait till special moments to even make the announcement. So they got to let these kids, you know, get their visits on and you see their schools, which one, and get an idea of what they want to do. But a lot of them, they want that to be a special moment. But what I will say is, I like what Mario doing, man. Like the first year, he focused on the O-line. This year, he's focused on the D-line. He's starting to build these trenches like I've been saying for the longest. So he putting us in good hands right now. We building this blueprint nice.
Like I say, I'm excited. Like I'm so interested to see come signing day or, you know, when it comes to, or you know, as these players start to commit, will we land some of these guys that's coming on campus? Is it a plus that these guys are coming on campus? Like I said, definitely. But I would love to see, and as Go Tigers told me, I didn't even realize this, that they took away the 5 official visit thing. So maybe the players just getting a free trip. Who knows?
Yeah, because Miami is Miami now. A lot of them might be going out there just to get the Miami experience. You feel me? Some of them might don't even care for the team. Let's hope that's not the case. But hey, we shall see.
Yeah, I totally hope that is not the case. They're trying to get some free jet skis and be on the beach. You know what I mean? And try and scope out their spring breaks and go into other school and be like, oh, I know where to go when we go down there for spring break. Because Coach going to be down there on South Beach slapping all of them. Get from around here, man.
But I got a question for you, Coach Hayes.
Talk to me.
We got say what, like 3 games that really might test us this year. I want to say Texas A&M, Florida State, Clemson. If we lose those games, what do you want to see?
Competitiveness. That's straight up. I want to see them I've said it all the time. All right, competitiveness. I want to see defensively getting to the football. Offensive. This is always going to be my base. Anytime somebody says this, I don't care if we playing Bethune-Cookman or we playing Texas A&M or Clemson, Florida State. Defensively, you got to get to the football. Offensively, you have to be now creative in your play calling and getting the ball around the yard. That's what we have to do. And that's basically, you know, the gist of it all. Of course, I can go deeper, but it to give you 2 main points, that's what I see.
Touche, and I'm going to land my plane with that, man. Have a good one, Coach Hayes. It's been real.
Thanks, brother, man. Appreciate you, man. Keep coaching them boys up, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, now. All right, we're going to Warren Kane next. Warren Kane, my buddy, man. Where have you been, man? Talk to me, Warren.
I've been out, and I apologize, but I could not resist calling when I heard the Oracle make her statement, and she said a few things on there. I'm not sure about everything, but she did say one thing that was absolutely, and it has nothing to do with football, but it was absolutely the most important and critical thing that she said. She said people in the church are going to find out, because she said she don't go to church. That's the same reason I don't go to church, because the truth is not told there. So for those who have ears to hear, let them hear. For those who have eyes to see, let them see. Anyways, now we can talk about football, but I had to say that, Miss Wilcox, you were correct.
Okay.
So, I am super excited about what Mario's doing. I drank a little too much of the Kool-Aid last year with the SEAL Team 6. I just that was just my excitement as a Canes fan, because listen, when was the last time people got really excited about the Canes? Especially Canes fans got that excited. And I would listen, like I said, I drank way too much of the Kool-Aid. But it does not discount what he's doing. It took longer than I thought, you know. So I am wicked excited. Ow. Sorry, I just stepped on something. Ow. I'm wicked excited about what he's doing. Hey,
Warren, you better start.
Warren, go ahead, buddy.
That's God telling you something. You better start going to church. See how he got you that fast? See there? You was talking about it. You was talking about it. I'm not messing with you, Warren.
If you're seeking God, you ain't going to find him in church. I can tell you that right now.
Listen,
you're not going to find him in church.
I'm just teasing you, man. Go ahead. Everybody's entitled to believe. But I just want to let you know that guess what?
No, all
right. But anyway, go ahead. Talk to me, man. I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm really excited about what he's doing. I mean, listen, a couple of years ago, we had maybe a five-star or maybe a 4-star who was thinking about now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and they're all coming down here. So we don't get all of them. That's fine. But look at the volume of them that are coming in. I know I got to land a plane. I'm gonna make it quick. Look at the sheer volume now versus what we had 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 years ago. It's coming together. So, all right, I'm gonna get off here. Love the show, and I'll talk to you again soon, my friend.
I appreciate it, brother, man. Be safe out there, man. Watch out for them Legos, man. Somebody say you stepped on the Lego, man.
All right, buddy. Bye.
All right, man. All right, coming up next. Oh my goodness. This is the dude, E. Brown, aka Scrub Hub, in the building. Let me start him off. Make sure I wake him up on this great Sunday with a nice slap. E. Brown, what's up with you, man? You the last call in, so we're going to ride out till somebody else call in. So if your timer comes on or whatever, well, I'll let you know. I'm not sure if you're watching it. We'll ride out, and I'll listen to this foolishness that you're about to bestow on me.
Well, before I get started, I just got to address a couple of things. First thing is, Ms. Wilcox came on with the Angela Davis literary perspective, and I really appreciate it. But we have to get our Angela Davis perspective from Ms. Wilcox on a weekly basis. So hey, I'm there with that. Number two, somebody asked a question a couple of calls ago: how many games on our schedule that we need to be concerned about, so to speak? Because I'm going to say this, because we're in a scrub environment, we have to worry about all 10 freaking games. Okay. We cannot win. We cannot go into any game this year, thinking that we're going to win any of those freaking games. I'm sorry. It's not, until we get out of that environment, the scrub environment, we're going to be.
All right, hold on. All right, so Ebron, let me ask you this. Do you agree with my sentiment on, in order for Coach Cristobal and the Miami Hurricanes to secure these top 4 and 5 stars, especially the ones in our backyard, all right, especially the ones in our backyard, that he has to win those games we're talking about with the caliber of players that he has right now. So in order for him to woo over these top guys, right, to come to the U, do you agree with what I said and what I said last week in the short thing I put out this week?
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. That's why I didn't start off in the attack mode on you because you're telling the truth. I mean, hey, listen, we've been talking about it for the last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And you just pretty much just cemented the idea or that I've thrown out there in the last 3 weeks that we need to start winning games in order to secure those recruits. We need to win games with the 2, 3, and maybe possibly 4-star players.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Mr. Chance Robinson.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
I think he's the only 4-star on the deal.
But before I get deep into the thing, I'm gonna say something to the young man who's coming out. I don't know who he is. He stepped on the Lego or whatever, and telling everybody not to go to church. You can't find whatever in the church. I mean, listen, you gotta slap that guy, coach. You gotta slap that guy when he speaks nonsense. Okay, that's nonsense.
Well,
All
one
right?
thing. Well, one
Now,
thing. So here's one thing I'm gonna tell you. One thing I believe: everybody's entitled to their opinion, and everybody has to believe in whatever they believe in. I always firmly believed in that. That doesn't mean that I believe in it, right? And I don't believe in certain things, but everybody's definitely entitled to their opinion. And at the end of the day, when when we close our eyes and what happens in the afterlife, they answer for, I answer for, we answer for our actions.
I agree with you, but you're cutting into my time, coach. Can I do so? Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pause you for 30 seconds. I'll pause you. Go ahead.
All right. I have a question.
I'm cutting into his time.
In 2021, we were all up in an uproar. When I say we, I mean the University of Miami fan base. We're all up in an uproar for a player by the name of Earl Little Jr.
Yes,
correct.
That's correct.
I'm not taking a shot at him, but what have you heard about Earl Little Jr. here in the last 2 years?
Well, you haven't heard much. Well, because he's probably sitting behind some real gangsters.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's stop it. Let's go to number 2. There was a kid last year who played on the defensive line that we just about had a Miami Heat moment from last night. God, man. Miami Heat moment from last night when this kid signed with Texas A&M last year.
Mm-hmm.
What have we heard about this kid? I think his name is Shamar Stewart.
Shamar Stewart, yes.
Okay. So what have we heard or what have we seen from him this past year? Or what have we heard? Anything?
He played last year. I mean, he's a true freshman. He'd have been a true freshman last year. Okay.
Okay. All right. Now that's and I say that to say this. Stop it with the 5-star bull crap. Stop it, Miami Hurricane fan base. Stop it. Because those guys who we're talking about now, I guarantee in 2 years you won't hear a peep out of either of those guys. Listen, Mario Cristobal, the assistant coaches, recruiting Alonzo House-Smith, get out there and go find some freaking dogs. Okay? Get out there and go start finding dogs. Stop looking at On3 and 247 Live or whatever, listening to those guys, because those guys they have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. They have no idea what they're talking about. None whatsoever.
All right, so I'm gonna say this, Ebron, because I got a call. I do have a call up here, so but you can hold tight. Ain't nobody flying. They not flooding the lines tonight. I think everybody's still hung over from their cane juice from the heat last night. We tripping. But anyway, 2 points I want to make before I move on. One, I don't believe that. I highly disagree with what you said about Shamar Stewart and Earl Little Jr. I think they are players who you will hear about. They are fresh to the game. Earl Little is sitting behind some guys, but when it's his turn, he's going to shine. Shamar Stewart, as a true freshman, played some significant time. You didn't hear a lot about him because they were on a bad team, right? They were on a bad, 5-7 Texas A&M team that didn't do well. But trust me, I believe Shamar Stewart is going to be a problem. Now, does that mean this team is going to be a problem? I don't know. But him as an individual will be a problem. I think Earl Little Jr. will also be a problem. But Earl Little Jr. is in a factory right now, and he's in a factory that he got to wait his turn to come off the assembly line. And when he comes off the assembly line, he's going to be a problem as well. I understand where you're coming from when it comes to where we put all our eggs in the basket based on these stars. I get it. You need to put all of your eggs in the basket when it comes to Coach Hayes' chip ranking system. And that right there will give you the truth. I'm just telling you that's my shameless plug. But I want to say this. Looking at the star system, it is a way for any and everybody to gauge something, right? It kind of gives you a level, and then you make your assumption from there, right? Because there's so many players, they're not going to always get it right. And I'm very critical of the star system, of the way they do it, but that is their system. I've always said that. They're entitled to do it the way you cutting into my time, E. Brown. They're entitled to do it. They're entitled to do it the way they want to do it. But I do say this, it does help you kind of gauge some guys in essence. Some guys are on the fence where they could. I've never seen a guy that's really a 3-star that's truly a 5-star. I have to be honest. And I've never seen a guy that's a 5-star that's a 2-star. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they're not that far off. You may have some guys that's 4 stars that could be a 5-star, and some guys that's a 5-star that should probably be a 4-star. Like, for example, if I looked at the young man I just said, Dylan Stewart, I just looked at his tape. Now, again, I don't know where else they got this information besides his measurables. He's not a 5-star kid based on his film, as I look at it, unless there's another film out there I could not find. But I would not be able to rank him a 5-star. I'll say your last piece. I'm gonna get shot town on.
Look, can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, I told you what the transfer portal is. I'm gonna tell you what the 5-star the 4 and 5-star watching program is. The 4 and 5-star watching program is for nerds, guys who can't play the game, and all they can do is sit around and talk about it. That's what it's for. Okay. If what
it's
happened
marketing.
is that it's so intriguing. It's so intriguing that it brings guys with the knowledge and the know-how like yourself. It brings you in, and then you get into it and you start talking about it. And it's kind of like that what's that fantasy football crap? I mean, it's for guys who are nerds. They are nerds. It's you call the transfer portal the Scrub Hub. The 4 and 5-star chatter is the nerd hub.
All right.
Okay?
Well, you listen.
That's
you put a pin in that.
Hold
on. You put a pin in that, E. Brown. You put a pin in that. I'm gonna put you in the back. Let me get shot time on. You've been patient, and then I'll bring you back on. We don't have any more callers. All right.
Yes,
that's
sir.
cool. All right. Cool. Shot town Kane, what's up, man? I know you got a lot to say when it comes to E. Brown, aka Scrub Hub.
What's good, Coach? Yeah, I don't really pay too much attention to the people calling before me. So, I mean, I really don't have much to say on what he has to say. That's his opinion. Everybody entitled to it. So it really don't make a difference to me. Actually, no. I will say one thing, because he did say one thing. I was just like, that made no damn sense. We somewhat do have to pay attention to the 4 and 5-star recruits, because if that's the case, then Patrick Surtain Jr. and Tyson Campbell, who were both 5-stars from American Heritage, they wouldn't be in the league right now. They were both 5-star. So, you just got to pick and choose the right players, because sometimes the star rating is off. I think we all could agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it does have some merit to it. So pay attention to it. As a fan, before a player gets into your college's weight room, their dietary system, all that kind of stuff, when they put on that uniform and if they start balling out, I really could care less what your opinion was at the beginning, because they're doing their thing out on the field. So it really don't make a difference. Now, yeah, these recruiting visits in June, I'm really excited to see how that goes, because like you said, you need action. So I think that's what a lot of these players are waiting on, where they're just like, yo, Miami is a really great place to visit. We love the coaching staff, but we need to see what they do. Now, you might get some that's just like, you know what, I can't wait that long. I'm going to go somewhere else. And that's perfectly fine. It's the young man's decision. But I do think that a lot of what Mario Cristobal is doing, the 3-star people that he's bringing in, I think they're 3-stars who later on in the year have opportunities to be up to a 4-star. Or even if they don't move up, people will look at them and be like, that's a 3-star that could still make some leeway once he gets into a college roster. Also, there are people who are bought in. As you remember last year, Mr. Tripp transferred to IMG. First commitment, 3-star, and he stayed committed. So the early commits that we get hopefully end up sticking. So I'm perfectly okay with us recruiting 3-stars now. We didn't even get our first 5-star recruit until July last year. So I'm perfectly cool with that. But these official visits in June, we'll definitely see which players end up wanting to stay at the U and definitely want to, put on for the Canes real quick.
No, you're right. And to your point, and what people don't realize about 3-stars, 3-star athletes are Division I athletes according to their these rankings that they have. They told you that these 3-star athletes are not Division II players. They're not NAIA players. They're not JUCO players or Division III players. They are, and what a lot of people have to understand, every team is not riddled, right? I'm talking about if you look about all 130 whatever teams it is in Division I football, they're not riddled with a bunch of 4- and 5-star guys. We're talking about, as they say, quote unquote, 32 5-stars. That's only 32 guys. The remaining are 4-stars and below. So that means the majority of teams are labeled 4-star and 3-star guys. Most 3-star guys probably don't go to the camps that they should or could go. I can't say they should because we don't know their financial situation. But they probably didn't go to camps to get seen and noticed to get that 4th star. There are some 4-star guys who are like lower 4-star tier guys who got that 4th star because they do go to the camps and there's nothing else to rank them against. So that's what they have. But I guarantee if you took some of these 3-stars and you send them to camps, they'll probably outshine some of the lower 4-stars and they'll push them down. And that's why I say some of these stars teeter-totter, between 3 and 4, 4 to 5. I personally think 32 is too many, but based on what they have, their system is they're saying the top 32 picks in the NFL draft. Top 32 picks in the NFL draft, that's where there's 32 5-stars. I, Coach Hayes, disagree with that. I firmly believe, I'll use my system, I don't want to use theirs. If I'm a 5-star athlete, if I'm an elite athlete, blue chip athlete, there's only a handful that check all boxes. A 4-star, a gold chip athlete is a major Division I football player. So there should be an abundance of them. And then a 3-star is a guy who may still be a silver chip guy, is a guy who is still a Division I athlete, but he needs some development. Like he needs some. So you may see a guy that he has the size. I just did the young man from Tennessee, from London. Bro, he's big. He got the speed, blah, blah, blah. But he doesn't have any technique, any fundamentals. His effort is okay. He's trying, but he don't really know what he's doing. He's a silver chip athlete because his size and all of that. So I say all that to say, is the star system the most accurate and pinpoint? No, it's not a GPS, bro, right? It doesn't have coordinates because it is subjective. Yeah. But Shy, it does give you a range of what guys are. It does. And I think we get caught up with, it's almost like when you look at speed. If a kid doesn't run a 4.3, he's slow. If I'm just saying to the fan bases, oh my God, he ran a 4.45, he's slow. But if a kid ran a 4.35, man, he's fast. Bro, we're talking about a 10th of a second here. We're talking about a 10th of a second, but they think if you run a 4.5, you slow. You're not slow. You're not slow.
To your point, like, sorry to cut you off, Coach.
No, you good.
But to your point, I don't care what you run in the 40. If you are running faster than everybody when you in pads, I don't care what that 40-yard dash says.
No, I agree
got
with
the
you.
ball-
I agree because there are
Yeah.
football players out there, right? Again, I think if you put Ed Reed on the laser, he's not that fast. Troy Polamalu on the laser, he's not that fast, but he plays fast because his mind moves fast. But I wanted to say that to say this: when you start those kind of ranking systems, you start to create levels and categories. And when people, if you're not the elite category, everything else they look at is a failure. That's the problem with it. When fans look at it, if you're not running a 4.3, oh my God, he's slow. Oh God, he's slow. And that's furthest from the truth. But let me push on. I got more people popped in here. E. Brown, I'm going to get through these next callers. I'll get back to you. Just hold tight. We got other callers on the line right now. But Shaw, thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, coach.
Thanks, man. 8967 coming to you. 8967. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
What's happening, man? It's Richard from Florida.
What's up with you, man?
I ain't just chilling right now. Just chilling.
Yeah, man. So what's your thoughts on this upcoming recruiting visit this week? Some of the guys, what do we have to do in order to land these guys? What does Mario Cristobal have to say in order to get these guys on camp? Get these guys to commit.
Well, man, this is a real big recruiting class that we have coming in right now. So, man, whatever we got to do, man, whatever he got to bring the rabbits out the hat, man, whatever, get these guys signed. A lot of people feel like, we're signing a lot of 3 stars and things like that and all the star system, but I really get the athletes there, get the positions filled, that's what I like more about recruiting that he's doing. He's filling every position, whether it's a 5-star or a 4-star guy there or a 3-star guy there. At least it's somebody that's quality there.
Mm-hmm. No, I get it. And those 3-star, like I say, those guys can turn into big time players right now, right? Those guys,
of course,
right? Those guys can be the Xavier Restrepos that everybody's praising for the Miami Hurricanes, right?
Most definitely. I feel like only way those guys can actually get a chance to become somebody, with that low ranking or just that imagination of how people feel about those 3 stars or those rankings is just getting on the field early. My thing is if he's a 3-star and he's an early enrollee, he gets on the field early in fall, he has a great chance of becoming somebody great. That can exceed the star rankings and make a lot of people out of believers. But my thing is, I feel like whether you're a 4-star, 5-star, 3-star, the key goal is to get on the field early, so you can display your talents. You can't display your talents on the sideline.
No, you listen. You're 100% right. And again, like I just said earlier, and I'll just say again in conclusion, people think 3 stars are lesser than, right? I understand. I get it. I totally understand. Now, I look at 3-star guys as being your role players, and out of those role players, some will shine, and that's okay. Some will shine. You have 4-star players, 5-star players that don't pan out. I hate to use the young man name, but I go back to Mark Pope. What was he, a 5-star athlete? That means he was supposed to be. Think about what I'm about to tell y'all. If he was a 5-star athlete, he was one of 32 guys that's supposed to be a first-round draft pick in the NFL one day. And he is now going from Miami to Jackson State to UMass. Think about that. That's what people have to realize. So it's not an exact science. It's really not an exact science. I know we would love to have those pretty things on the shelf, but a lot of those dudes don't work out, and that's okay again. All right, and some of the young guys, because right now, I don't care what nobody says, the number 1 receiver on our football team who played half a year last year, coming in this season, is number 7, Xavier Restrepo. I don't care what nobody says.
That's how you feel?
I know he is. You can't tell me he's not our number 1. You can't tell me right now he's not the number 1 wide receiver for the Miami Hurricanes. Would you believe that? You don't believe that?
I would say if he would have had a full season, yes, he would. He put in the most work. I would say it just in Kane's gear. But, based off last year, my my opinion, I would say Kobe Young because it was just like, I mean, we couldn't even throw this guy the ball enough. It was like if we threw it up, he was coming down with it. So it was like, I mean, I would have to give it to Kobe Young. He came in as a JUCO transfer and to work his way up to be, you know, just that guy on the Miami Hurricane team. I just got to give it to him, you know.
So I'll say this. I'll just say this because I got to push forward. But real quick, I understand where you're coming from, but he became that after Restrepo left, right? After Restrepo left, he became that. And again, I think they stumbled upon that because he wasn't even playing when Restrepo was there. He wasn't even on the field. Second is, did you watch the spring game?
His spring game, yeah.
No, I'm saying the Miami spring game. How many targets?
Yes,
how many targets did Restrepo have versus Kobe Young? Targets. I ain't even saying completion. How many times did they throw the ball to Restrepo versus they threw the ball to Kobe Young?
Well, you know, that's his best friend. I mean, the quarterback is his roommate. So I mean,
that's my point.
For 3 years.
So that's my point.
So, you know, yeah.
But that's my point. So regardless of what we think, number 7 is the number 1 wide receiver for the Miami Hurricanes because the man that's throwing the ball is his dog. It's just what it is.
Which is true.
Right.
Yeah, which is true. But I you know, before we hang up, I would like to say this too.
Sure.
You know, just playing quarterback and then being a quarterback, you know, I mean, once you got a guy that just, you know, every time you throwing the ball, he's coming down with it. I mean, you know, he's gonna be an open target as well. But as far as number 1, number 2, I can give it to those 2 guys right there.
Okay.
You know, and then, you know, whoever else fights for the 3rd spot. But I mean, you got to have those 2 guys on the field. His size and length, and you know, it's just you can't coach that.
You're right. And you're right. And you know that. Like I've always said that when you get into that ball fight, you're looking for your homie. And like I said, apparently you played quarterback. When you was in trouble and that 300-pound dude was chasing you looking for your dog. Whoever your dog was on the teams you played, you looking to throw it to him first. Where he at? Where he at? And you try to force it in there. Other man be down the field, butt naked open. And you try to force that ball in there because I got to give it to my homie. But I appreciate you, man. I got to get on the 3198.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, dog. Again, stand corrected right here. Droopy the Great says Pope was a 4-star. Yes, you are correct. I apologize. So there we go. Lingard. Was Lingard a 5-star? Lingard was a 5-star. He done been on 3 different teams. Let me make sure before I speak out. Coming to you now, 3198. Give me 1 second. I think Lingard was a 5-star. Lorenzo Lingard. Yep, he was a 5-star. So Lorenzo Lingard then went from, Miami, Florida. Now he at UCF. Yeah, UCF. If we get 1 more year, he could be at USF. He'd have hit all 4 schools. All right. Real quick, I'm going to give a shout out to Adono right quick, and then we'll move on to the next caller. The Juice in the building for the $20. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that dub in the building, man. Means a lot. Thank you. Okay, maybe that's why I got it mixed up. Pope 247 4-star, but Rivals was a 5-star. All right, here you go. 3198 coming to you. Call or talk to us.
What's good, Coach? It's KC3.
Oh man, I got a vet on the line. KC3, where you been, man?
What's happening, bro? What's happening? How you doing, Coach?
Man, the people love it when we get together, man.
We gotta do it more regular.
Yeah.
I gotta find some time to hop on here.
Hey man, we like Ashford and Simpson, Peaches and Herb.
I love it.
All right, talk to me.
So first thing first, right? So when it comes to the 5-star conversation, right? There's no exact science, but I want everybody to go on 247 right now. Go look at the class of 2020. Like Coach said, it's hard to get 32 right, but go look at the class of 2020. Those are the dudes who were 3 and out. Look at the top 15. I mean, you look at the top 15 and it's like 12 out of 15 of them dudes ended up being day 1, day 2 picks.
All
Like
right. Hold on.
that
I'm looking at it
is
right now. Hold on. I'm finna look
ridiculous.
at it right now.
Go pull it up. Go pull it up. And I'll list them out so people know these names, right?
Mhm.
Bryce Young, number 1. Brian Brzee from Clemson, number 3. Julian Fleming, he hasn't come out yet, but he's projected to be a first-round pick next year. Will Anderson, top 5 pick. Gervin Dexter, second round. Kelly Ringo, he fell in the draft, but still got drafted. Paris Johnson, top 10 pick. Jalen Carter, top 10 pick. The next two, one dude, hey, the thing that the star rankings can't predict is character, right? Eric
True.
Gilbert's been hopping around school to school. Justin Flo got hurt, but was a dog at Oregon. Trent Simpson, day 2 pick. Drew Sanders, day 2 pick. Miles Murphy, same thing. Jackson Smith and Jigma, first round pick. I mean, come on now, like we can sit here and have this debate if y'all want to, but then you go and you see that and you like, all right, they missed on a couple dudes, one because of injury. DJ Ungule didn't work out for him. And then the other dude, it was just like it didn't work out because of. But here's even the thing, even with the dude Eric Gilbert, I mean, his freshman year at LSU, dude had like 500 yards receiving as a tight end. Like, come on now, like this is not. The debate has to stop with like the 5 stars don't matter because Coach, you talked about this like last summer. You said Miami's problem is they don't have any difference makers. Not. And now I'm pretty sure the word you use is difference makers.
No, difference makers. Yeah, there's a such thing as difference makers. Yeah.
So like when we think about like what we're doing, and I'm gonna wrap this up, right? Like when it comes to Mario and recruiting, what we got to do to get these dudes. First and foremost, we got to get them all together. When you have a recruiting weekend, not like this in the next weekend, when you got 5 stars coming to town, you get them all together. You got to get them to believe that they can play together and do something at Miami. And then next weekend, we got like 11, 12 top 250 players on the campus at once. When you start doing that, these dudes go on all these visits together. So when you're recruiting these top tier dudes, you get them on campus, you build the relationships, you get them for unofficials. We're doing everything we can in our power. Now it's what we said, we got to go win, right? That's the only piece. And if we do that, like these dudes are coming. Some of these dudes are going to come regardless. But if we want to have 4 or 5 of these 5-star recruits to come, we got to win. We're going to get at least 2 though.
All right, let me ask you a question. Since Go Tigers brought this up, I may have missed it or whatever. So there's no more 5 official visits, right? So they can get as many as they want. Is that the case?
Yeah, that's true.
Can they do it? They can't do a school twice, though. Is that a fact?
You can't do a school twice.
Okay,
Nope.
but you can get as many as you want. As Brandon Marshall said, I got to give him a shout out. Time to get a little messy. Ebron, I see you back. I'm coming to you. Do you think that some of these, because these are now unlimited, so as I stated earlier, I hold myself accountable. I was wrong for saying Burner wanted their 5, but because these are limited, are these guys taking a free trip? And hopefully Miami realizes that and says, you know what? Let me see what I could do. I'm gonna make a comparison. For those that didn't watch the movie Air about the Michael Jordan Nike movie about the Nike, him signing with Nike. I watched it last night. And everybody said Adidas, 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 Adidas. Well, he went and he entertained Converse, right? No, I'm going to go to Adidas. He went and he entertained Nike, right? My man did a good job convincing mom, blah, blah, blah. Won her over, kind of told her what the spiel was going to be. She looked at the watch. She looked at the spiel. She looked at for Adidas. You know, they're going to have 4 different owners since the main man died and blah, blah, blah. And Nike supposedly didn't have a chance. But he won them over through the presentation and through that heartfelt speech. Do you think that is something that can happen at the University of Miami? Meaning these top, I'm just going to take a name. Colin, oh God, what's his name? The edge rusher.
Simmons.
Colin Simmons. Is he just taking a trip to Miami because it's a beautiful city, hear all the noise? But do you think Coach Cristobal can give one of them Nike speeches and be like, man, I'm coming to the U?
Yeah, because I don't, the whole unlimited official visits, like, yeah, in theory, somebody can take 10 official visits, but that's not going to happen. Like, these schools aren't just, the schools still have a limit on how many visitors they can bring in each cycle. So that's going to limit the kids being able to do that. But, like, here's the deal, right? Like, every single one of these guys has paid to go to the University of Miami unofficially multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
So that matters. It would be different if people were just coming to Miami, having never sight unseen, pulling up to the crib, and they're like, all right, what we got? But when you're talking about Aiden Breland coming to Miami 2 times this year from California, that ain't cheap. That's not easy. Like, it's not easy for these kids to just pull up to Miami. Like, it's the bottom of Florida. So they're doing that out of their own pocket because they're interested.
Right.
And when you display interest, you got a shot. Like, you get a puncher's chance. And when it comes to these defensive linemen, like, the difference here in what Mario can play is just like Penei Sewell with the offensive lineman last year. Kayvon Thibodeau, top 5 pick. I think he went 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
To the Giants. Number 1 player in the country. This isn't like Mario is just they're just pitching something that they've never done before. So I think if you get them with the right pitch, they've already paid for themselves several times to come to Miami, which matters. They come back here, and this is business.
Right.
You got to give yourself a chance, and then you get them all together, and you create that special feeling. Like, kids are very influenced by each other. You get them all together, you create a special feeling. Like, anything can happen. That's what Texas. Hey, look, money was involved, but that's what Texas A&M did a couple of years ago when they got all them 5-stars. They all pulled up, and you can go. Everybody can go on 247, and you can look up their official visit weekend. Everybody pulled up the same weekend, so they were all together. You get 5, 6, 7 5-stars together. They're like, damn, I ain't been on an official visit with this many other dogs like this. We must be doing something right.
No, I agree with you.
Happen.
I agree with you. Anything can happen. But KC3, I appreciate it. You know, like I said, we ain't in no rush. Matter of fact, if you're not in the rush, ain't nobody else calling in. I'm gonna bring in E. Brown because you seem like you could talk some sense into that dude. I can't talk no sense. He called us scrub. So E. Brown, you on right now? Get slapped in the face. Get some. And I want to thank a big shout out right there to Luis Augusto for subscribing. Thank you, Luis Augusto. Thank you so much for subscribing right there. So E. Brown, you on right now? What do you have to say? Because you've been listening in the background. What do you have to say to what KC3 has been saying?
Well, you know, KC3, you know, if I were in the recruiting business, KC3 would be one of the guys that I would seek out in order to get my message out, because he's real good at what he does, what he's doing, what he's spilling on the line here right now. You know, as he was talking, I was about to bust. Okay, I was about to bust. Listen, we all know that these kids are taking the visit. Okay, they're taking the visit as a small miniature vacation. Okay, these 5-star coach. You remember a couple of weeks ago when I told you that within the transfer portal we have different categories. These 5-star guys are in the NIL category. Where you know what, KC3 may be right about the cost of the trip, but I guarantee you the cost of the trip is being paid for by someone who we don't know.
We're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna just leave that there. We're gonna leave that there, but I know what you mean. We're gonna leave that there.
I feel you.
Okay. Now let me say this. And I'm gonna say this. Because the reason why I went there is because my son, Jordan Brown, by the way, played basketball. Got a call the other night from a coach. Hey, we'll take care of everything else if you can just buy the ticket in the hotel room. Hey, no problem. The minute they found out that my son got the call from one college, there are other schools calling him now, wanting him to do the same thing. It's a notoriety thing, okay? Now, now I'm not. Let's go back to what we're talking about. University of Miami, 5-star, 4-star, 5-star players are in the NIL, gentlemen. They're in the NIL. They're not in the transfer portal. Listen. Come on. It's transfer portal is just an escapism for the 4 and 5-star guys going to put their names in the pot, and 24 hours later they're out of there. They're already out of there. These guys are taking the visits. These guys are taking the visits to University of Miami, Florida State, or wherever. They already know where they're going to go to college. They already know where they're going to go to college. Why are we debating about these 5-star guys? Now KC3 mentioned about the 2020 or the 2020 group.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned the 2020 group, and he pointed out, well, the 5-star means something. Yeah, you know what? You know what those 5-star players had attached to their identity? They were freaking dogs. They were freaking dogs. They went into a program and they made a difference. They were dogs. That's what I'm talking about, gentlemen. I'm talking about going out and find someone who can play the game, want to come in and be a freaking dog. Okay? That's what those guys were. They were the top tier. They were in dogdom. 5-star dogdom is what they are. Now listen, we have this kid Jaleel Skinner on our team. God bless the kid. Yeah, he has all the attributes. He's he's he borderline 5-star or was a 5-star. But listen, in order for anybody to improve, you have to tell the truth. The man can't catch a cold. He can't catch a cold.
What?
And somebody's got to tell him that.
I don't know about that, Ebron. I don't know about. Listen,
no, come on.
I don't think we use him. I don't think we use him a lot. I also believe that he is undersized for what we wanted him to do last year. I believe that. I believe when Arroyo went out, but I believe this. I believe when Will Mallory was the size in which we wanted, but Will Mallory wasn't blocking like that. And I believe that Jaleel Skinner did not have the skill set to do what we wanted him to do in that offensive scheme. Right? But catching the football, I thought he did a great job catching the football. I mean, it wasn't as superb. What I'm trying to say is he can catch the football. He can make people miss. He can make plays. But again, I don't think that he is used properly for what his skill set is. He may be labeled as a tight end, but he's a big receiver, right? I mean, he's not an H-back. He ain't gonna go in there and thump you. He might be, 215, 220, maybe? I don't know his size, but he's not a big dude. You understand? Now, if we would have had him doing maybe some of the plays in which Will Mallory was doing, I think he could make bigger plays. But we didn't do that. And Will Mallory was the biggest of the tight ends, but Will Mallory wasn't going to block anybody. Unfortunately, that's just the reality of it.
I gotta go back to what you said too. Like,
I got my man Warren Kane back here,
right? Because I got recruited, right, and like I didn't know where I was going when I was taking visits. I took unofficial visits. I took official visits. I did not know where I was going. So like when you do go as a recruit, it's like if you go to a school multiple times, you start getting comfortable, you start knowing the people there, you start building those relationships, right? That's what we're seeing Mario do with these 5-stars. We don't know I feel you. Yes, there are probably all kind of things Mario learned from Nick Saban to get these kids on campus, but we don't even get into that because like they're getting there somehow. And it's not easy either, whether it's time or whether it's money. These kids don't live close to Miami. We're talking about out-of-state kids that live a long way away. And the more you get them comfortable with going to Miami, the more you get their parents on board with Coral Gables as a safe, beautiful community, right? The more it starts becoming like an actual option. These kids weren't coming to Miami like with other coaches that we've had. This is different. It's not, and the NIL stuff is like, that's to get you in the door. That's the baseline. You got to have it. You got to have it. But once you take that off, once you get to that baseline, though, it's about relationships. Sales is always about relationships. You got to build relationships.
No, I agree with that. Right now, hold on real quick. I got Warren Kane. I didn't see you back there, Warren. I'm sorry. He's back there. like I said, Warren, you're more than welcome to pop in. But I do want to say this before you speak, Warren. NIL seems to be very quiet ever since, and I'm just throwing this out here. You can respond to this, respond to whatever. We could talk about it in a second. But NIL seems to have been very quiet about the University of Miami ever since this whole thing about John Ruiz came out. His company was failing. Again, I'm just summarizing. I don't know the exact details, but something about he didn't report something to the stock exchange, and his company was in whatever in the rears or whatever it was. But NIL for the University of Miami has been basically null and void for the past 2 months. I just want to say that since we talked about NIL deals, in case he just brought up NIL deals is something you have to have, and we haven't had any other vocal NIL. Now, I think we have a Canes Collective now, if I'm not mistaken, that's kind of maybe taking that over. But I know John Ruiz and his family were the forerunners when it came to NIL speak. But anyway, go ahead, Warren. You could respond, and then we'll open it up.
That's a good thing, Coach. That's a good thing. We don't need to be out in the forefront. Like, you don't want these deals getting out, like, to other schools to know what you're offering. Like, you want it to be quiet.
Well, no, I agree with that. But I'm talking about he was the face of NIL, not necessarily what the deals were, but what I'm saying, he was very vocal, being in these Twitter spaces, being online, maybe doing interviews, even doing the things, hey, welcome to Life Wallet. You know, like when the players sign up, hey, welcome to the Life Wallet family. I haven't seen any of that. Maybe it's been done. It's just a lot more quiet than it was. But Warren, go ahead real quick. I want you to respond to whatever we got going.
Yeah, E. Brown, how you doing, buddy?
I'm fantastic, man.
Uh-oh.
All right, now I heard you say you wanted to slap me around, and my guess is because I said you shouldn't go to church.
Oh, God.
Oh
no, hang on.
Hold on,
guys.
Go ahead, Warren. Make it quick, guys.
Okay. All right, no, I'm gonna make it quick. Because I was elaborating on what Miss Wilcox said. She said that you don't go to church so people will find out. And I think everybody on this phone call, at least I know from myself, I believe that Jesus is the Son of God, and that he was quoted as saying that church is beautiful on the outside, but inside is full of dead men's bones. And it took me damn near 50 years to learn that lesson. That's why I don't go to church. I ain't saying don't see God. I'm just saying you ain't gonna find him in church. That's all I was saying, buddy.
All right. Because I'm the only one doing the slapping around here.
I got you.
All right. I'm glad y'all cleared that up. Like, man, y'all ain't DJ Envy and Rick Ross in it up in here. All right, here we go. So y'all talk to me, man. So talk to me, Warren. What's your thoughts?
Listen, I don't know what's going on with all this NIL stuff. Hang on a minute, the plane flying over, man. I don't know.
Sound like that real Noriega plane.
Okay. Ain't no numbers on the side. Something's up. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this NIL deal, but regardless of the facts, with or without NIL deal, these kids are going to get development with Alonzo and Mario and Ed Reed and Jason Taylor and all these guys who know how to do this, who've been playing this game for a long time. And these kids are this is finally the first time in a long time that Miami's had something to really truly offer. Now, it does just like anything else. There's an old adage, Rome wasn't built in a day, neither it was our dynasty, okay? Took Schnellenberger 5 years to do it. Mario's rebuilding it. I drank cane juice thinking we were going to be, win the national championship last year, World Series, Super Bowl, and everything else in between. But we didn't do that. So that was on me. But I like I said, I don't know about these NIL deals, but that's secondary to what they're actually building there. And that's what I'm excited about. So I don't really care what happens with the NIL deals. I hope these kids can get some money. I hope they don't turn it into a just for pay for play thing, because it's going to burn every school that does that. It really is. Every school that does that and doesn't actually build and develop these players, it's going to hurt them. And I hope Miami does not succumb to that.
Well, you just made what I was my rebuttal. My rebuttal was going to be, hey, listen, we just need to now coach the players up to where they can actually perform and do what we all want them to do. That is to go out and play football to the point where, or to meet that standard that we're all used to with the University of Miami. See, I can go back a long way to talk about the University of Miami and what have you. And you know, when I talk about dogs and when I talk about the scrubs and so on and so forth, what I'm talking about is that, you know, when the University of Miami started to come into its prominence, we had Alonzo Highsmith and some of the top players in Miami who decided to go to a location, University of Miami, who was also, we were in the scrub environment at that time. They decided to go to University of Miami to make a difference because they had.
But why? Why was that? That's an absolutely factual statement. Why did they make that decision? They didn't just pull it out of their butt.
They had that in them, man. They had that in them that they want to make them. They want to become prominent. They want to be known. They want to play football. They want to win. They had that in. They had all those attributes within them.
But
okay.
And I understand that, but it would not have happened had Schnellenberger not had the resume that he had with the Dolphins when he took the job as the Hurricanes coach, because he had a perfect resume to sell these local kids. Hey, you can go over there and play, but you can come here and all play together like the dogs that I know you guys are, and you can dominate and destroy everybody.
Absolutely.
But it took somebody with a solid resume to convince them and their parents and a bunch of these kids. Not everybody took it. Some of them went away. Wasn't Jamel Holloway? Wasn't he from South Florida?
He was a South Florida product.
Yeah, and he ended up going to Oklahoma. We all know what happened with that. So, you know, but not everybody. But it took somebody who had a solid resume, who knew what they were talking about, who knew how to put it together. It took that to happen for all these Alonzos and everybody to say, you know what, this guy's right. I'm going to give him a chance. Let's go do this. It had to happen.
Yeah, listen, you guys are 100% right. First of all, I want to say thank you guys, man, for being civil in the fact, you know, we're not talking over each other, because I was like, oh God, here we go. I got another person in the back, 5532 in the back, but I'm opening it up to them as well. But real quick, this Ric Flair brought up a great point. Miami just had top 10 class, so I don't see the big fuss. We need coaching, have players. So here's what's interesting to me. Speaking to E. Brown, KC3, Warren, as well as 5532. What's your name, brother?
Oh, yes, sir. It's Matt, coach.
This who?
It's Matt, coach.
Oh, this from Mississippi.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay.
In,
all right. So listen. So he brought up a very good point. And we talk about top 10 classes. And so for a lot of the people, here's what's amazing to me. I always bring this up. And I always find I guess the right word is hypocrisy in it. We don't care what the stars are, but then we'll turn around and say we got a top 10 recruiting class. Well, how do we know those numbers? Based on the ranking of those players in the stars. Am I right or wrong? That's how the class is made, right? They add up all of I'm saying they add up all of the numbers, the ranking number like 89.62 plus 98.53, and right, they add those up together, and whoever has the highest number goes up the board. Am I right?
That's right.
That's right.
Okay, so it's amazing how we're quick to say stars don't matter. And I'm not picking out Ric Flair for saying this. I'm glad he brought this up because it gave me a great segue into what I wanted to bring up. How we like to pick and choose when stars matter and when they don't matter. Because watch this, in the next 3 to 4 years, I'll say, when we start getting nothing but 5 stars and 4 stars, coach putting it out there in the air, you know what we're going to say before we say any kid's name? You know what we're going to say?
5-star.
Man, we got 5-star Zaquan Patterson, boy. Man, look at that. We just landed 5-star such and such. And then we'll start picking on the Alabamas, the Ohio States, the Clemsons, and every Georgias and people. So what I'm saying is we can't say they don't matter because they don't fit our narrative.
Right.
But in the same breath,
because you just said that last week as well. I was paying attention when you said that, and you were so right, man. Because that'd be the main thing. So we don't get the top recruits. Oh man, we don't worry about that. You know, we just won't dog. But when we do get them, like you said, that's the first thing come to that's the first notification people realize. They barely even know the guy's name. All they know is, oh, he's a top recruit.
Bro, Francis Maui-Goa, all I heard was Francis Maui-Goa, he the best, he the 5-star, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. They ain't say the ranking was wrong then.
That's it. Yep. Don't know his background, no nothing.
So I just wanted to point that out, But go ahead, E. Brown. You was talking.
Yeah, but Coach, you know, when it comes to talking about your football team, there are different categories where you can talk about your football team in that fashion.
Mm-hmm.
The teams that you listed, Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, they have the right to talk 5 stars because that's the environment that they're in right now. University of Miami, just think about this. With the University of Miami, our fans, we talk about, man, how many games are we going to win this year? Man, can we beat Mount Clair University? Man, Alabama doesn't have that freaking conversation.
Did you say Mount Clair University? Is that what you just said?
Mount Clair University. Man, are we going to beat Mount Clair University? Are we going to beat University of Prep? We have conversations about that.
Right, but E. Brown, to your point, hold on, but E. Brown, but to your point, hold on, E. Brown, but what I'm saying, hold on, E. Brown, but to your point, that's why I said in 3 years, when we're on top, and I said I'm willing this, but in 3 years, you won't hear stars don't matter. All you're going to hear is another one, DJ Khaled, another one. Right. That's all you're going to hear. Right. But because it doesn't fit the narrative now, stars don't matter, right? And then when we do in 3 years have an abundance of 5 stars and high 4 stars, and we get that 1 3-star, you know what we're going to say? We're going to make an excuse.
Stars don't matter.
No. Nah, Coach Cristobal know what he's talking about. That kid didn't go to camps. That's why he's not a 5-star. He really is a 5-star.
All right.
We're going to make, what I'm saying is we're going to turn that into where it fits our narrative. And I'm just talking about how fan bases in general go. That's all I'm just saying. But anyway,
I don't think that there's some ring of truth to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that what I don't think we need to put the message out there that 5 stars don't matter. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that we shouldn't get settled into a position where all we do after every football season, when we go 4-9 and 5-7 and all that, we're below 5, that we start talking about we need to get a 4 and 5 star player. No, we need to do some coaching. Okay, we need to do some coaching. And listen, hey, the University of Central Florida, somebody mentioned it a couple of segments ago. The University of Central Florida, about 4 years ago, competed for the national championship. It competed for the national championship because you know why? They had coaching coupled with dogs, coupled with guys who wanted to win, and they went out there and they did it. Okay, that's what happened. They didn't have a team full of 4 and 5 star football players. They had a team full of 4 and 5 star dogs who wanted to play football, who wanted to be coached up, who got coached up, and they went out there and they won. A couple of years ago, our quarterback talked trash to North Carolina. Manny Diaz told the guy to shut up. Don't talk trash to North Carolina. You're gonna get us in trouble. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking?
So that means the coach ain't a dog. The player was.
That's the environment. That's the environment that we've been in for so long. That when players from the University of Miami talk trash now to people, right. we have people. Don't say that. That's don't do that. You're gonna make somebody upset. Are you freaking kidding me?
And not to cut you out, Brown, but that's our culture. We known for that. That's what hype us up. Like,
exactly.
Not to cut you out, but
I mean, no. We were known for that. Not anymore. They're putting their money where the mouth is now. You watch, guys. You watch. Well, that's
I get what you're saying, but like you said, we were. But that's what when we was like that, we was winning. Then that's when Miami was known as Miami. That's what we got our name for. that would make guys intimidated to come play us. Soon as that changed, everything changed.
That's what
Like
you talk. That's
at
what
the
I'm
end of the
talking
day,
about.
we have to roll with the chemistry.
But like,
Trendsetter.
what y'all are saying though is like where Mario is like, and what you can't see in the rankings is at this point for Miami is like we gotta recruit mindset, right? Like spring practice, like the fact that we had Ray Joseph is literally leading the receiver room doing jugs, a true freshman out here doing jugs, and next thing you know, more people are going to do it. Like that's what Mario is trying to fix. And like
Yes, sir.
with Mario, it's like people got to take a step back because he's so relentless on the recruiting trail and like texting these dudes at 5 a.m, showing him showing his work ethic to these kids. It's like the law of attraction is real and like attracts like. And that's what Mario needs to get. Dudes who just want to work. All the trash talking, all the other stuff, it comes with winning. But like we got to get rid of the mindset of people coming here for a vacation instead of working.
Hey, okay. Somebody somebody give that man a gold star. He's a 5-star right there. That's a 5-star commentator right there. That's a 5-star commentator right there, giving his 5 stars. Since we like giving out 5 stars, give that man his 5 stars.
Wasn't Ed Reed quoted as saying when he was hired in his initial press conference at the University of Miami, wasn't he quoted as saying, if you don't want to work, don't come here. Now that was still on Manny shift, but that does not negate exactly what he said. If you don't want to work, don't come here.
And I'm gonna say this.
Believe in it at the end of the day. That's the main thing. We gotta have guys that's gonna work. Like you said, what's the point of trash talking without winning? It got to coherence with each other. But that's why I do support Mario, because he do come from that winning era. So I do feel like, with the right teaching, I feel like it can translate. Like I said, we only seen 1 year of it right now. So, hopefully, and then we're not done recruiting. We still got this whole summer to go. So I'm really hoping things could. Well, not hoping, man. I'm really tired of hoping, but really. It's just like Coach Hayes said last week. It's really all about action right now, and it's just time for guys to like really collide together, man. And for the winners who really trying to do this thing and really put it out there, that is really time for those guys to step up. And I know Coach Hayes said we got big recruits coming, 5-star guys supposedly, but like if it depends on what they coming for. Are they coming to build this team, or they just come to get their stats? Because everybody got their own motives,
Well, that's true too. Let me do this real quick. Let me do this real quick, Casey. Got 2 guys in. I'm gonna actually lock the conference. I'm gonna get off in a little bit because I don't want to get too many people in.
The conference has been locked.
So I locked it. Nobody else could be able to call in. Like I said, we're just gonna do this. I'll be on here for a few more minutes. But I want to say this piece right here. Let me let them in. I got 7,700 in the building. Call or talk to us. Give us your name.
Yo, what's up, Coach? It's
Derek, all right. And I believe this is my man from Mexico. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. I believe this is my man, my international player in the building. What's up, man? Uh-oh. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. Is this my man from Mexico?
Yeah, we're good.
Hello?
Yes.
All right.
I hear happy Memorial Day and great show.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
E. Brown here. E. Brown.
Yes, sir.
We're talking about the scrubs and the portal. The portal. 32 NFL teams use that portal. It's called a waiver wire. Okay, that's how they improve their team every year. If they didn't draft right, if they didn't get the right players, they might pick up 1, 2, 3 players every year. Coach,
good point.
Your commentary in the beginning of the show that we played we hung around a little bit with Texas A&M. That's considered a success. In the old days, that would have been, and then comparing what we would do against Vanderbilt. Hell, when Vanderbilt was a nice basketball team in the 80s, I think. I don't know how they. We have
I think Ruiz in the portal. He got his bag up front. He sold his company. He went public. I think they're trying to keep it quiet because of that probation situation where the 2 girls got caught in the probation.
Okay.
And they're trying to keep it,
Okay.
I definitely know about that.
Okay. So let me ask you this. You actually bring up you bring up a great point. I just want to make sure I clarified about the Vanderbilt. I believe I heard you say, I don't know if it was playing Vanderbilt. What I was saying was if you took the University of Miami and you just switched and put them like they were Vanderbilt's schedule, would we fare at 5 and 7 or would we be less or more? And I was saying that in response to
I think we win more than 5 games, Coach.
Huh?
Number 1, bro.
Hold on. Whoa. No, that one, man.
I understand that. I understood your analogy, Coach. I did.
Okay, hold on. I want to go back to this.
We need a big culture change today. In the 80s, when Ron Frazier was a baseball coach at the University of Miami, you had a 5-3 lead going into the 8th inning, bottom of the 7th, beginning of the top of the 8th. You'd have to kill the pitcher to give up 5 runs, okay, and to lose that game, okay? We won those games. We won those games in baseball. We won those games in the football field, okay? Something real quick, Coach. When I grew up in Miami and left to go to Jacksonville, I think E. Brown's from Jacksonville, and I really enjoy his commentary all the time. Willie Smith played ball with my nephew. Willie Smith was probably, somebody said the other day, the first great tight end we had was Bubba Frank. So I disagree with that. Willie Smith came out of Jacksonville, Inglewood High School, was a tremendous athlete. I coached him in Pop Warner football. He played at the University of Miami, and his son Chance is signed a scholarship. And I haven't heard much about him, but I think he's going to be a great player for. If he's anything like his dad, he should be a great player.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate your time, and I'll just listen to what you all have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Man, I appreciate that, man. But I want to go back. Who's 7,700? What's your name again? Derek, you said, right?
Yeah, no, this Derek, Coach. Yeah, this Derek.
Okay, so Derek. All right, I want to say this because you said that we would win more than 5 games if you took Miami and transplanted them into Vanderbilt's schedule.
We would go 6 and 6 instead of 5 and 7. Mike, Coach, I'm not saying that we will win a lot of games. I'm just saying I read now Vandy's schedule. We could beat 6 of them, really 7, but 6 of them teams head up that they played.
Okay, I'm just being messy. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to do it. This is what Coach do.
Pull up the schedule, because I don't have it.
It's already pulled up. Game 1, Georgia. Was that a win? You keep track.
That's a loss.
Okay, Vanderbilt versus Purdue.
Win.
That's a loss.
Yeah,
Purdue was the Big Ten and the Big Ten champ.
No, that's a win, Coach. We catch them. We got
See,
that game.
That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all looking at no. Y'all look at Miami in the eyes of when they were and not what they are. Stop it. And I mean right now, please stop it. Dog.
Keep going, Coach. Keep going.
No, I don't want to keep going.
That was my only toss-up game.
No.
Toss-up game. Everything else.
I don't want to toss up. Listen, Purdue lost by 4 points to Penn State. Purdue beat them Indiana State 56-0. We ain't even beat Bethune that much. Stop it, y'all. Didn't Purdue win the Big Ten conference? Not the conference, but that side of the ball, whatever it is. Stop. You know what I mean? Right now. Stop it. LSU, win or loss?
Loss,
Coach.
Northern Illinois.
Loss.
We 0-3 so far. Go ahead.
All right, I give you a W there.
We hope.
I give you a W right there. Ole Miss.
Loss.
UNLV.
Loss.
UNLV.
Win.
That's a loss.
That's a lot, bro.
UNLV?
That's a loss.
UNLV beat them people 34-10.
Yeah, that's a loss.
You know,
I don't know
Y'all
what they
don't-
sleeping on,
No,
but that's
no,
a
no,
loss
no,
right there.
okay, coach. Okay, now I'm going with y'all too, but I see that's a win.
Hold on, maybe I'm looking at the wrong schedule.
I see how they beat them. They beat them off turnovers. So I was like, I don't know now. We don't turn the ball over that many
Hold on,
times.
I
We win the
apologize.
game.
I apologize. I was looking at the wrong schedule. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize.
That was last year's schedule, coach.
The year before that.
No, last year's schedule, wasn't it?
No, I apologize. That was the year before. I was looking at 21. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I apologize.
Okay. I was about to say, wait a minute. I didn't know they played Georgia the first week. Hold up. Wait.
Hawaii.
When?
Man.
It was like,
That's
they
a win.
They won 2 games.
That's a win. That's a win. That's a win. That's a win. Elon. That's a win.
Scrub. They scrub.
Yeah.
Elon scrub. We win that game.
Wake Forest.
Yeah, they scrub.
Wake Forest. Wake Forest.
That's a toss-up.
That's a loss.
That's a
That's a
toss-up.
toss-up, but that's a loss. That's a toss-up, but that's a loss.
The NIU Huskies.
Didn't we lose to Wake Forest last year?
NIU Huskies.
Or am I tripping?
Hold on. NIU Huskies.
That's a
Win.
nail
That's a
biter.
win.
Alabama.
Oh, wow.
Hold on.
Loss.
No, that's a loss.
That's not even that. You shouldn't even ask
Yeah.
that. That was loss.
Yeah, you could have skipped that one, coach.
Ole Miss.
Loss.
Georgia.
Loss.
Missouri.
Loss.
Missouri.
Loss.
That's a win. That's a
I don't
win.
know, man.
Oh, my God. No, I saw them play
Mizzou ain't had
the
it
SEC.
like
They
they did the
they
past
is
couple
trash, bro. I saw them play in the SEC. That's trash.
You saw us play? Have you seen us play?
No, I know
Yeah, that's
we
a
was
lot.
trash, but we look
Exactly.
better than them. We look
Exactly.
better than them.
They
That's
almost
a
beat
bottom feed
Georgia.
over.
They
Okay.
almost
Exactly.
beat Georgia.
Hold up. No problem.
Yeah.
Hey,
They
forget
almost
about
beat
it.
Georgia.
Listen, forget about it.
And
No
then to
problem.
clear it all up, because look at the team we lost to last year. They
Hold
just
up.
cleared it all up right there.
Give it to them. That's a win. Let's give it to them. That's 4 wins. Off season. South Carolina.
Lost.
Loss.
Kentucky.
Loss.
That's a win.
If you gonna say Kentucky, then that the game before that's a win. Then you can't say that. Like that's a loss.
Florida Gators.
Loss.
Win.
Definitely lost. And I'm
Win.
from
That's a
Gainesville.
win. That's a win. That's a win.
Man, that's a loss, man.
That program is in shambles right now. Y'all need to stop. That program is in
Y'all
shambles.
tripping. Bro. They
Florida team
is
trash,
they
bro.
having problems just like we is, but at the end of the day, let's not forget that is one of the top SEC schools still.
It don't
Let's not
matter.
forget they still getting top recruits, way more top recruits than we get.
Hold up. Let's give it to them. I done gave them 2 already. 50-50 games, I gave both of them to them. Right? 2 50-50 games, I gave them both to them, right? So that's 5
Yeah,
wins.
5 wins.
And then the last game. Hold up. And the last game is Tennessee.
Lost.
Lost.
So out of 2 50-50 games, I gave you 2 50-50 games to get you. Hold up. I gave you 2 50-50 games to get you to 5 wins.
Somebody got the TV on. Got to turn it off.
Yeah, somebody's TV up loud. So I gave you 2 50-50 games to get you to 5 W's.
That ain't no good look. Yeah.
So pretty much with the 2 50-50 games, and we don't include the 2 50-50 games, we were like 3-8 in the SEC.
Coach.
Bro, we beat Virginia by a field goal.
Coach, we lost to freaking Middle Tennessee State, guys.
No,
In overtime, we did that
We
too.
lost,
but
we lost
the SEC, but the SEC is top heavy though. That's what I'm saying. All of them teams ain't that good.
What do you mean?
I agree with that.
They may be top heavy,
Them
but
teams is not good.
huh?
Missouri trash, coach. If you see Missouri team last year, look at the stats.
Dude, did you watch Missouri play Georgia?
Matter,
I want you to go on YouTube after this and go watch Missouri
No,
play
I
Georgia.
saw that.
They almost beat Georgia.
They almost beat them. They almost beat them. But the rest of the SEC game, they
Come
trash.
on,
Though.
man.
Look at the rest of it though.
We lost
That
to
was just
Middle
one of those
Tennessee
games.
State. We got blown out in every game against any decent team.
That's not the mention.
They on 5 plays. Coach know
Not
that.
to
5
mention,
games
guys,
lost.
we didn't even win our conference last. Like, look at the teams we lost. Even the teams that we supposed to beat, we lost to. Like, come on, bro.
Bro.
Like,
Okay,
we
I didn't
came
want
up
to do this.
short.
I didn't
We
want to
been
do this,
coming
but
up
Coach
short.
finna go in. I'm having a good time. Guys, I'm sorry in the chat. I see y'all in the chat. We having a good time. I appreciate y'all, man. Like I said, in the offseason, it'd be hard to come up with a lot of stuff. Y'all cool folks to come up with. KC, you kind of quiet over there. I know you the optimistic person here, and E. Brown, the old pessimistic person. He stay getting slapped up. Hold up.
Coach, we done lost to a basketball team school. Like, come on, man.
Hold up. No. I'm finna show y'all something.
No. Dude. I hate when we say that. Dude won trash, bro. Dude pretty good. And they
Stop,
well
man.
coached.
Stop it, dog. Stop.
on,
Man, stop yourself, man.
Oh my
Coach,
God. Oh my God.
Coach, I got you, Coach. Well, I'm talking to Coach Hayes about this. Coach, I seen Duke coaching staff. They got five defensive coordinators on that staff that left their DC jobs to be coaches. So I'm like, that's a well-coached team. If you don't think that team well-coached, then we not
Alabama will beat them.
Alabama beat them, bro. Come on, you can't say that, bro. Alabama beat them.
Ohio State will beat them 66-0. Come on.
Can't lose.
Besides Clemson, Duke will probably beat them.
Okay, hold on. I got this on the screen. Hold on. I got this. Hold on, guy. I got this on the screen so y'all can see this. Hold on. I got this on the screen so y'all can see this. Okay. Overall, what is this? This basketball. This crap out of here. I'm sorry, I got to run this basketball. Let me get. I'm like, ain't nobody played that many games.
Right.
I'm like, hold on, ain't nobody played that many games. Look.
Coach, I got a question for you when you get done with this.
Yeah, go ahead. Just ask me now while I'm doing it.
All right. Are you going to do follow-ups 1, 2, 3 years after your WREs because you know what you know as a coach, and you're putting it out there when you make a video, but 3 years later, when these guys, when they perform to the level that you hope and expect them to, given the information, will you do follow-up videos on them? And then second, you're a content creator. Can you do another, listen, I know that's putting a lot on you, but do another one of these where you can have a locker room chat where 10 guys going at it at one time and hashing things out and this, that, and the other. Because the one call thing is great, but you got 2 minutes to land a plane. It's very tough. And this guy wants to comment on that guy 3 or 4 or 5 calls later. It just kind of gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
But if we can all hash it out and this guy says something and somebody else responds and this, that, and the other, that's a fantastic idea. And it doesn't have to be about football.
Well, hold on. Well, guys.
About whatever.
All right. Well, here we go. Exactly. The problem is when you get this many people on, I have to say something. Y'all guys are an anomaly right now. Everybody's cordial. Ain't nobody talking over each other. Have you ever listened to a Twitter space? That's what it could be. It could be a Twitter space. What I would prefer, to be honest, I don't know how people feel, but I can have up to 10 people on the screen at one time because everybody listening to y'all, but they're looking at me. So I would prefer to have you guys come on. So because people would like to interact, you get to see the interaction. If you ain't got your hair cut, I get it. You may not want to at least put something up there and we get it done, And some of y'all got radio faces. Hey, some of y'all got radio faces.
I used to go crazy.
But
we have faith in you. It happen.
Coach, they don't like me, Coach. They don't like me. I be going in.
I'm trying to pull up this thing, but the basketball thing came up. But no, I would love to do this. And to your other point, Warren, I believe this year coming up will be the first year that my first WREs are eligible to. Now, after this year, the Kamari Wilsons and that group, the Jeremiah Trotters, are now eligible to go to the NFL. So after this season, if I'm not mistaken, I believe if some of these guys are in. I don't know if I have anybody in right now that I've done so far. I don't know if
can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
You know, we're talking about Van Dyke throwing the ball to Estrepa.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, can I
hold on, wait. See, this is why it don't work. This is why it don't work.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, finish your point, bro.
Go ahead.
Okay. In the old days, you had Dan Marino, and his best friend and roommate was Joe Rose. Did
Right.
he throw Joe Rose the ball, or did he throw it to Matt Moore, or did he throw it to Duper, or did he throw it to Clayton? Who did he throw it to? He threw it to the guys that knew would go to the house. I mean, Joe Rose might get you 10, 12 yards to third down, and hopefully our receivers will develop this year into where Van Dyke will start throwing the ball, down the field and getting some big yards, some chunks.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. The only problem is everybody's not the same. The second thing is, yes, you're right. But who did he find? Who did he find? Would you say the guys that could take it to the house? Right now, Tyler Van Dyke does not know who that is except Restrepo. Restrepo is the only person that has consistently done something with him on the football field. That's on that roster right now. Hold on. Restrepo is the only receiver. Tyler Van Dyke and Restrepo are the only two that have continuity since they've been there. Name another receiver who's been there since he's been there that he knows of.
Can't even identify him, Coach.
I'm listening.
Oh, no, I was, Coach. I was saying about Restrepo, right? I went out to a couple practices and saw Restrepo, and I see what he could do. It's like we disrespect that man so much to the point that I see it in person that Restrepo is better than a lot of them receivers. It's like straight up route running, catching, everything. Like you see that, but yet still we always be like, oh no, we need somebody that's better than him. I'm like, yo, he's better than them. Then the touchdown, then his stats. Then they made a highlight tape on against Alabama when he scored a touchdown. He scored on the first round drop pick this year. Like he
I agree.
Really route that man up and scored a touchdown. But he scored a touchdown. I'm like, wow.
But Derek, to my point,
y'all think he's trash?
But Derek,
he's not
but
trash,
Derek, but Derek.
Like,
no, nobody said he's trash. Did not say. Never said. Never. No. But I'm.
Coach. I know you didn't say it, but a lot of people be like, "Oh, everything's good like that." I'm like, what?
Well, the reason is,
like,
hold on, Derek. Hold on. The reason that is like I said earlier. If you don't run a 4.3, then everybody say you slow, right? It's the same thing because Restrepo is not blazing. He doesn't score touchdown. He doesn't take them 60. He doesn't take them 70 every time. They think he's mediocre. He's trash. He's not trash. He's not a difference maker. Not to say that, but just because you're not a difference maker doesn't mean you're not a very good player. It doesn't mean you're not a great player. But it means you're not a difference maker. Restrepo is a guy that
what
will
you
not.
Mean by difference maker? Coach?
A difference maker means that he can
like,
bust.
I get
damn it, Derek.
You can say
Derek,
Edelman. You can say Edelman. No.
Derek, a difference maker is a person who can bust a game open at any given time. When Xavier Restrepo gets the ball in his hand, do you clench your butt cheeks and be like, touchdown? No. The defense don't do it, and we don't do it. We be like, great catch, but we don't be like, he finna take this to the house. That's a difference maker. A difference maker is, can he outrun the angle? Can he make the play? A difference maker is give him the ball right now, and boy, you better come tackle him right now, because if he get busy, it's over.
Okay.
That's a difference maker. Okay. Real quick, can I go back to this point? I want to go back to my Vanderbilt point. I know it's probably an old mute point, but I don't care. Let's have fun with it. I looked at this. I brought this up. Texas A&M was 5-7, and Auburn was 5-7. Vanderbilt was 5-7. They were the worst team out there, 5-7. Then I want to go back to us, Atlantic Conference. We were 5-7. Virginia was 3-7. We beat them on a field goal. I mean, in overtime. Georgia Tech was 5-7. I think that might have been our most dominant win. Lord have mercy, Duke, Pittsburgh. We ain't beat North Carolina. We ain't beat North Carolina in 5 years.
One of those games, Coach.
So I just want to show you that to your point is that I think we would have been less than 5-7 if we were in the SEC schedule. I just want to say that. I'm being petty. My middle name is Petty Pendergrass.
Coach, let me ask y'all this. Do y'all believe in TBD?
Oh, God, dog it.
Because he's been real wishy-washy.
You know what?
Hey, you know what? You know what, Coach?
I do. I actually do. I do.
I don't know.
The reason why I would
just
give you
don't
that,
know.
Coach. No, the reason why I say that because the thing about it, like from what I saw from him, like he had no other choice but to just throw the ball to this scrapper because I don't see no separation between other receivers in practice. I really don't. So it's like it's hard for me to be like, oh, he looking down one receiver. Well, he looking down one receiver for a reason because evidently the other receivers ain't giving him what he want, and he ain't got the time to throw back there. So I see what he was looking at. Will Mallory was decent too, so that's why he stared at Will Mallory and Restrepo a little bit more. So it's hard for me to say that TVD is like, oh, he ain't that good either. So it's like it's hard for me to say that. If he wasn't that good, Bama don't come knocking on the door for him either.
Hey, Coach. Hey,
Yep.
Coach.
But look how many. Hold on.
I'm gonna try to get. I'm gonna try to get some.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. You gotta respect. Hey. You gotta respect each other. Somebody got in first. I think E. Brown was first. Go ahead.
I'm gonna get something in because Derek ain't let nobody else talk.
Derek on that cane juice. Hold on, Derek. You the dude. Hold on. You the dude with the glasses, right? Oh, no, I'm saying Derek. Aren't you the guy? I think I met you. I interviewed you right before the pregame, right?
You met me 3 times already.
I know, but I'm trying to make sure I got it because I'm gonna write it in. You the cat that was on that cane juice early.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put you in the system right now, so I know who you are. All right, Derek. Now I know who you are. Okay, I know who you are, Derek. Yeah.
You met me on Zoe show plenty of times because that be me talking on Zoe show all right.
Yeah, old strong muscle bound cat be on that cane juice. I know who you are now.
Yeah.
All right, E. Brown, go ahead, talk to me.
Hey, listen, the Tyler Van Dyke debate it's a moot point, man. There's no quarterback on our team better than that kid, okay? There's no guy better on the team. Let's not even talk about that. It's the thing that we need to do is we have talent, okay? We have talent. We're like the $6 million freaking dollar man. We have the technology. We have the talent. Let's put it to work. Let's coach them up and put them out there to go to work. All right. We can sit here and debate all day long about whether or not we would have competed in the SEC or not. And listen, like I said, we've been in the scrub environment for 23 years.
This man
we
is
would
scrubs.
not compete in the SEC, gentlemen. We cannot compete in the SEC. No way, no how. Not right now. We can't. The only place that we can play, only conference that we could do is not the ACC, but the AAC. We may be able to compete in that conference right now. And until we get to the point where we start winning some freaking football games, we start attracting some players, we start attracting those players with those qualities that we're looking for. That quality I'm talking about is that, hey, I'm a difference maker. I want to go out there and win games. I want to put buttons on fresh doing it, which is a dog, okay? Until we get to that point, we're going to always be in that 3-tier conversation about, well, how many games you think we're going to win this year? 5 or 6? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Are you kidding me? All right, we got to get beyond that. And the only way we can get beyond that is we got to tell these coaches and kids how we, the fans, feel. We need to tell them how we feel, and we use Coach Hayes' forum to let them know, hey, listen, I'm not going to baby you guys anymore, all right? I'm not going to baby you. I'm not going to put you in a stroller and walk you around and say, oh, just suck your bottle. And when the weather gets cold, put your jacket on. No. Take your behinds out there and play some football. Coaches, coach these guys up. Recruiters, recruit some players. Put them on the football field so we can be competitive and compete.
Okay.
Brown up.
So with that being said, I totally hear what you're saying. Big shout out right here to my man. I gotta give him some love because he the what? He don't want no scrubs, y'all. He don't want no scrubs.
That's the appropriate song.
Oh, this dude here out of control. He said he don't want no scrubs. But anyway, listen, I hope to God, if I get copyright E. Brown, I'm coming to see you. But anyway, I had to play that. But here's what's funny. Here's what's funny about the scrub part. about that is I hear what you're saying, and I understand where you're coming from. But I think there's only one way to fix it, bro. You got to win these games, and I think we all know that. You have to win the games, but you have to beat. Back to my point, when we can do it, you can't be losing to North Carolina.
Damn, so okay.
You want to know why?
Basketball school,
but not even a basketball school. I was looking this up. We brought in, I believe, just as many 4-stars as they did. I went way back to 2019 when Matt Brown got the job. 2020, we're right on neck to neck with them. But yet we giving up 5.
Coach, not to cut you off, they get a lot of our recruits, coach.
But they giving up 5. But they giving up.
I'm trying to tell people, and they tell me North Carolina don't got talent. I'm like, they got plenty of talent.
They got talent, but hold on. But hear what I'm saying. So back to these 50-50 games. So if I look at their talent and I look at our talent, I don't think they surpass us in talent. It may be even, but we're always losing the 50-50 game. So to the fan base who wants to look at Missouri, if we were to play Missouri, you'd be like, oh, they were trash. Well, that's a 50-50 game, and we're losing all of our 50-50 games. Think about what I'm telling you. All of the 50-50 games where we're within a 7-point spread, 3-point, 4-point spread, we're losing those games.
Because we lose now 75-25 games. Let's be real.
So in order to fix this, bro, in order to fix this, we have to, I hope to God, coach, and I've said this before, our offensive coordinator and defensive coordinators, whoever they may be, we know who they are now, but whoever fills those roles, they have to be the golden ticket for the U to turn around. And Mario Cristobal and his staff have to continually strike gold on these guys. We can't afford, because look what happened year one. I'm not mad. Can I be very honest? I'm not mad he picked Josh Gaddis. I'm not mad he picked Kevin Steele. Bro, look at what they've done. It just didn't fit.
Yeah, they track record.
Yeah, but that's how most people go. It just didn't fit. And guess what? That set us back a whole year. Imagine if we were 8 or 9 wins, and now we're going into year 2 with those same 2 guys. Now we're getting better and better. Right now, we literally lost a year on this 8-year contract, on this 10-year contract.
Yeah.
And real quick, pray to God that Sean Connery, the Canes who's biting, Shannon Dawson and Lance Guidry are worth their salt, and he made the right choice, and he picked the right guys, and hopefully Shannon Dawson is already in talks of becoming a head coach. So what does that mean? If he does a good job this year, he may go get a group of 5 job.
Yeah,
if he does it, so now Mario Cristobal has to go find another guy. And if Lance Guidry does a good job for 2 years, he may not get a head coach job just because of he had some hiccups in his past. So they want to see how he fares out over some time. But let's just say he does good for the next 2 or 3 years. In year 4, he's gone. Now we got to find another person. So what I'm saying is Mario Cristobal, the same way he does recruiting, and he's very diligent, and he does a due diligence on these recruits, he's got to do the same thing with these coaches and not just make sure they have X's and O's, but how do they fit in the coach's office? Because if not, they can set us back. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to tell you, that's why I originally called in for when we were talking about how we land the 4 and 5 stars. When I went back to his track record at Oregon, he does the same thing at Oregon. He picked up a lot of 3 stars in the beginning of the cycle, and then he go for the kill later in the cycle to get the 4 and 5 stars. And Oregon was winning. I mean, he was still doing that tactic. So that's why I'm thinking, like, even in this cycle, that he's gonna do the same thing. Like, he's just gonna pick and choose who he won at the end. But he's gonna get a lot of his 3 stars now. Like, I was one of the people that was scared. I was scared that, we ain't getting the talent that we want. But when I went back to see Oregon track record, how he was doing it at Oregon, and then I went into the Oregon chats, and it was like, oh, by the time we get a coach, they were talking about the new coach, that go get talent early. So when I heard the fan base start talking like that, then I was like, okay, this is Mario's tactic. He liked the get all the 3 stars, bring in all the less talent first, and then at the end of the cycle, he go get all the 4 or 5 stars because Thibodeau and all them, Penny Sword and all them, they came at the end. They didn't come in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, that's what I see the Mario attack the way he's trying to do. That's why I said.
But Coach Hayes, you being a coach, with you having coach history, is that a smart tactic? Like, because those 3 stars, they still going to be there at the end just as well. So wouldn't it be the smartest thing to go and get the top caliber first?
Well,
the track record in Oregon proved that it worked.
Yeah, but here's the deal, right? You also have to get what you can get, and you have to be able to turn that into something, right? Right? In the words of Trick Daddy, I want to buy me a Benz, but I'm 50 grand short. So until then, I got to get a Toyota Camry. You understand me? It's still going to get me from A to B, maybe not as pretty, not as fast. And that's where he is, right? But you have to also remember, too, Oregon wasn't a slump. That's
exactly. They already had guys ready to commit there. So
right.
you ain't have to do as much work.
And he just took over what was already there. He didn't come in to change the culture, to change the way it looked. Oregon didn't have 20 years, you know what I mean? And so the dynamics are totally different. So coming to Miami, so coming to Miami, he does have a lot of work to do, bro. And it's not just from the previous coaches. It's from the administration. It's from ADs. It's from school presidents. A lot of stuff. Yeah, bro. Just community relations. And I've always said this: the University of Miami is terrible at community relations. They don't do anything in our community.
Back into it. Like,
bro, the community is the fans. They don't have a student base. I've said this 100 times. Here's my 101st time,
right.
Bro. You don't see the University of Miami outside of Coral Gables. You don't see banners anywhere. You don't see stuff. You go in the airport. You don't see nothing in the airport. Welcome to Hurricane Country. Nothing.
Nothing.
There's
and
nothing.
That's what I was saying about the recruit last week, Coach. How you expect these top caliber these guys want to come to something that's embraceful, like
bro,
don't even look like a college town.
I got a better one. We all know Hard Rock right there in Carroll City. Now, it's nothing we can do about the stadium. There's nothing we can do about that. But dang gone. Why don't you put up? Because guess what Carroll City is, where the Hard Rock is? It's right there. Right. I won't say necessarily the heart of Miami, but it's right there on the county line between Broward and Dade. You got Carroll City, Miramar. You got, of course, Liberty City is a little bit further south, but it's big enough. Why don't we have street banners with these kids' faces on it? Why don't we have stuff that's celebrating these players who, how about this? How about a kid from Carroll City and Cam Harris? And why don't I have a banner up? Why don't I have a banner up on 199th Street? A kid from Carroll City with his picture up. Why don't I have a banner, a kid that went to Chaminade? Why can't I put something up? It's not like it's recruiting because you're promoting the school, which is in the area.
Exactly.
Why don't I put stuff up right there? Everything is in Coral Gable. Why don't I have something in Liberty City, at Alapata Park, or somewhere where these kids are coming from to show these jits that guess what? Dang, boy, I remember around 70. Hold on. I'm on a rant right now. I'm on 71st Street. Hold up. Well, I'm on 95 right now. That same hotel on 79 where all that slaughter be going on used to be a Holiday Inn. You can use the side of that and put a banner. Everybody on 95 sees such and such. No, we do nothing in the community, bro.
That go back to the boys and all that, because they used to do that back in the days when they had the Orange Bowl down. They don't do that at all anymore, because they used to have a lot of county contracts with them. I know. They used to have a lot of county contracts though, where you could bring the kids to the game and the county funding with the Hurricane. They wasn't cool with each other. But then all of a sudden, when we go to Hard Rock and we have to bring our money, use our own money in Hard Rock. Like they say, oh no, we spend a lot of money in this. We can't.
And actually, we're not even filling the seats up. So let's put that out there. We're not even filling the seats up for real.
Listen, we lose. You're right. Listen, guys, y'all right. But that's to my point. And I'm gonna just say this to my point, because I'm about to get ready to get off of here, guys. To my point, and to the community part, there's nothing I told you, I fly to Ohio a lot. I was in Ohio. When you get off the plane, you know what it says? Welcome to Buckeye Country. Okay, cool. I went there. Hold on, I'm gonna show you something funny. The airport is hold on, man. The airport is Columbus Airport. Columbus Airport. You know what letter is in Columbus? M. Do you know what they do during Hate Week in the airport? They put a red X through the M on Columbus in the airport.
That's crazy.
What I'm saying, that, and you're gonna tell me, so when a recruit comes on a recruiting visit, they're like, dang, even the airport about it. So when you fly people into Miami International, they don't have nothing Miami based. I ain't been in Miami in a long time. Maybe I'm wrong. I fly into Fort Lauderdale a lot. But what I'm saying is there's nothing Miami Hurricane about Miami until you get onto campus.
That I say, that go back to the culture thing, coach. That go back to same thing with the NIL. Like, how we expect these kids to get their sponsor endorsement? What the hell is there to show for?
You know what? We just
lack of everything.
We just
the Coral Gables campus. I mean, we remember Columbus has Ohio State. What else do they have? We got the Heat. We got the Dolphins. I mean, it's not an excuse. I'm just saying the reality.
No. It's a good. That's a good. I agree with it because even the Heat. It was a prime example of the Heat right now. Nobody was watching the Heat game. Now the Heat in the playoffs. Every ball and every place in Miami is filled to the top.
Because they the only thing winning down there. That's why.
It ain't about.
We only like when teams win.
All right, listen, guys.
When we win,
because I'm about to get off here.
Even the hockey.
We win to fill the house.
People with hockey jerseys.
All I'm saying is, guys, at the end of the day, I hear what y'all saying, and I get all that. Some people say Columbus, college towns are different. Galaxy King, I get that. I totally understand what you mean. I understand. Hold on, guys.
Look at Pittsburgh College.
I know that's great.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
I know. Let me finish this part. I get it. I totally understand that. But what I'm saying is,
having that stadium ain't no excuse.
Hold on. If you're in the city of Miami, you are in the recruiting mecca of high school football to college players.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you take advantage of? I would have every channel live or whoever does the billboards. Forget that Wesley Bassane. That's one dude. Every dude that's in the city of Miami and Broward County that I recruited.
Right.
Even if I have to lie, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me get. If I can't do it recruiting, this is how you get a look. I would encourage kids to read with my jersey on. Wesley Bassane likes to read books. Come to the University of Miami. It'll be a picture of him up there some kind of way. What I'm saying is we're not promoting the kids throughout the city because most of these kids are neighborhood heroes. And once they go away, imagine the kids when you go down to 112, all of those billboards. I coached at Jackson. There's a billboard literally right over the practice field that you can see from the 112. If I get a kid from Jackson, I'll have a University of Miami that said, I played here, him pointing straight down. And when you look over it, it's the practice field of Jackson High School, Norland area, all of those players. I'm just talking about anywhere that I can promote those kids because guess what it does in the long run? It make them kids growing up that says that we can tell the stories like my man from Mexico or Warren Kane. They can say, hey, man, that 5-year-old kid. They can say, hey, boy, I remember in 6th grade, I used to go to Holmes Elementary, and I used to see a big old thing of Cam Kitchens as I was getting ready to go to high school. I see a big poster of Cam Kitchens on 71st Street as I was getting ready to go to Northwestern, and he was an All-American, and blah, blah, blah. Or if I'm at Central on 95th Street, I used to see a Reuben Bain poster. I remember I didn't really know who he was. I was only in 5th grade, but it stayed up the blah, blah. I'm just saying that's how you build a community, and that's cheap to do.
Yep.
That's not expensive.
Cheap, coach. That's public relations. That's it.
Come on, dog.
That's it. That's all it is, coach.
Can I tell y'all a story? Can I tell y'all a story? I'm gonna tell y'all a real quick story. Rutgers used to do it with Greg Schiano. When Rutgers got all those players out of South Florida, they put up a billboard. I don't know if y'all remember this story. And see, this is the same kind of story that I'm finna tell y'all that we want them 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds to tell later down the line. I went to Miami because I remember seeing such and such on the billboard. Now, can you do that in Valdosta, Georgia for Ja'Curry Brown? Probably not, because but the university is in that city. Why can't I promote my university in my city? Everybody else doing it.
All right.
So my thing is, Rutgers, NCAA stopped it, but Rutgers had put a post of all the kids with their arms crossed, right? I forgot it was what was it, on 95? No, 27th Avenue, I believe it was.
95. It was on 95.
And they had their arms crossed.
95, coach.
They had their arms crossed. And all the boys from South Florida. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking. But you can now beat the loophole because your college is in the same city.
Yeah. But you know what, coach? You know what trumps all that? No pun intended. You know what trumps all that? Winning, man. Winning. All those things, those little nuggets you guys talked about for the last 30 minutes, they're nice. But what trumps all of that is winning.
But you win. Yeah, but no,
Brown, not to cut you off, E. Brown, but at the same time, you're right, it does. But at the same time, like Coach A said, you having that from them guys being 7, 8 years, that even if we're not winning it, they still gonna want to come because they gonna want to build that, they gonna stick to their legacy, even if we're not winning at the time. Just the commit of it from being a part of the community, it's still gonna make you want. Even if we are losing, they're gonna make them want to turn it around just by having the culture out there.
You're putting too much pressure on yourself, man, by trying to create a legacy for kids who haven't proven anything yet.
No, man, E. Brown, stop.
Come
E. Brown, listen. I love you. I let you be talk most of your stuff, and I'm with you. Hold on, guy. E. Brown, I love you to death like a play cut. You know it. But what I'm talking about is, guess what? All these other schools are winning, and they're still doing it. That's just like telling McDonald's don't run commercials no more because everybody know where to get their burgers from. McDonald's still run commercials. Hold on. McDonald's still run commercials. Pepsi still run commercials. Coca-Cola still run commercials. Yeah. They pay all that money for Super Bowl commercials, and everybody drinking Pepsi regardless if they have one or not, right? But they do it to keep the brand going. That's all I'm trying to say is that in order to keep this going,
keeping it in their face.
Come on.
Putting it in their face.
Constantly in your face.
That's just
bro, hold on. Does a commercial work one time? No. You got to constantly keep hitting people over the head with it and hitting them over the head with it. Guess what? If I got a coach like Ed Reed who played there and I get a big time safety like James Williams there, oh, you best believe, boy, I'm finna make sure everybody know. Everybody know.
Hey, you know what?
And Studio One say pitch the idea to the market. Hold on, Studio One say pitch the idea to the marketing at the school. I'm sorry, this is my pitch. Unless they gonna cut a check, F that junk, man. They get paid for that.
They market.
Yeah.
You know what they
That's
market?
why I started Coach. I already knew how you felt about it. I didn't even want to bring it up no more. I already knew how you felt about it.
They get paid for that, man.
They market the health, all that stuff. I see a lot of commercials. UL. Become a doctor. You see that a lot on TV. Like they take pride in their education. They market their education really well. They should be up for football.
Do it, but bro, you could do one in the same. Why can't you do one in the same? See, that's where you got limited mind. Why don't you have a dude with his jersey on with a doctor's coat on?
Thanks.
Why can't come on? I got a dude with a suit on with his jersey underneath that says I am an NBA. I'm in the NBA program here at the University of Miami, and I play ball.
And I hate them guys who dealt with Florida. They do my role a lot. They do my role a lot.
Yeah.
They put him on TV and they show him that he's a doctor. They ain't play football.
Bro, this is my point. Like I tell people this: you want to catch small fish, use small bait. You want to catch big fish, use big baits. So all I'm saying is,
every time,
all of those kids that play football, they're in some kind of program, right? I don't care if the dude is in soil consumption. If that dude is in the soil consumption program, put his behind out there with a tractor and say, guess what? I'm in the agriculture program.
I agree with you guys. I agree with you guys on that. But the point I was trying to make, the point I was trying to get at, and it's to the overall point was, I mean, it's like the SEC. I mean, the SEC is the SEC. When you think about the SEC, you think about 4 schools. 4. You think about Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and LSU.
That's not
Nope. Those are the schools. Those are the schools that come to mind when you say SEC.
Today, it used to be Auburn.
Vanderbilt,
right?
Yeah,
right.
Vanderbilt, Kentucky, and some of those lower tier teams. You don't think about it, but what's the common denominator between those 4 top teams? Winning, guys. It's winning. It's not taking the players and putting the players out there. The players are going to make their name on the field by their play on the field. The players are going to make their own name.
But I'm not talking about but I'm not talking about making their name on the billboard. I'm talking about promoting the school.
Right.
But you're using those kids' names. What I'm saying is you're using those kids' names to promote it, because guess what? We all talk about this. How many kids that go to Alapata that play for Coach Luke over there at the doggone Liberty City Warriors want to be like Cam Kitchen? But now we all know this, out of sight, out of mind. Them kids ain't seen Cam Kitchen since he left. Now he may go back to the park. I'm not saying that, but imagine a daily reminder of Cam Kitchens sitting over your park. Imagine a daily reminder of these kids who played in your program, right? Yeah. Sitting over your every day, bro. Like these are the things you have to do. And we are in the Mecca. We are in the Mecca.
Everybody getting their players from out of South Florida, man. That's just point blank.
Come on, dog.
I'm looking at the ACC codes. We got down there every ACC team, even SEC team, they got Miami players.
Most of them
come from somewhere in South Florida.
Bro, you can't tell me unless it's some rule that I don't know about. But now with name, image, and likeness, he don't have to have a Miami jersey on. Get a Life wallet up there and put him in an orange jersey. It don't have to be Miami on it. It could be orange. Because you see them do it in NFL. Yeah. Hold on, you see them do it when they come with them Buffalo NFL. The dude might be, I don't know, I'm just talking. But let's say when them State Farm commercials, they may use the colors of the Rams or the Lions for Matthew Stafford or the Rams for Matthew Stafford, but it ain't the actual Rams. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be orange cut to the side, whatever. I don't care. You got name, image, and likeness. Let's
What's
use
the biggest moneymaker for UM right now?
The hospital.
Exactly. Exactly. That's where we need to focus those. For them.
Okay, hold on. I got a better one. The hospital. I love it. Well, James Williams been hurt. Put him on the poster and say he got fixed at UHealth. Cam Kitchen's been hurt. Put him on the poster and say I fixed my finger at UHealth. Put what you call on the poster. Guess what? Chance Smith ain't played in 3 years. Put him up there with a whole leg that say I'm getting my leg fixed at UHealth. I don't care how you do it, but use the player. Stop using the little models.
Yeah.
Use the actual players to promote even the hospital.
Well, you gotta remember now. You gotta remember.
Look at
you gotta remember until the NIL, until the name, image, and likeness came into play. You were treading on thin ice when you did stuff like that. So you got to remember that now. Okay?
Times are different.
You got to remember that, especially with the University of Miami, that anything that brought attention to the University of Miami, it was investigated. We were put in a category that where we were investigated for. Now the NIL comes along and gives you the liberty to do that stuff now. Okay, so you can't critique or criticize the school when we were trying to play under those so-called NCAA rules and not understanding the rules fully, because I don't think anybody understands the rules fully. So you didn't want to tread into that.
So E. Brown,
I
you got.
I agree with Coach.
But E. Brown, you don't have to put the players on there though. That's the thing. We could just fly the flag. Put Go Canes up or something.
Put the players up there.
No
You want to know why I say
there?
put the players up there? You know why I say? Why can't we? Because I dang sure saw Bryce Young in a Dr. Pepper commercial on a national campaign.
All right.
So why can't we put our players up there under Life Wallet? Guess what? I don't care if Coach Hayes football got to do one for $10. That's all I got. But for $10, and you put my name up there and be like, go watch Coach Hayes or whatever the case may be. All I'm saying is
that's all I'm saying.
All I want to say is
that's all I'm saying.
We're always finding reasons to say no when we need to be finding reasons to be like, well, wait a minute. Bryce Young, I don't care if we Miami or not. Bryce Young in a commercial for Heisman, Dr. Pepper, and everything else. Everybody's talking about, hell, B. John Robinson driving around campus at the University of Texas in a Lamborghini, dog.
Yeah, no problem.
But that's
with the jersey on.
It's allowable now for the players to do that.
Okay.
Not necessarily for the school, but they do it for.
But before it was allowed, they were doing it too.
What I'm trying to tell you is, hold on.
I think a lot of these entities that are associated with UM, like the orthopedic surgeons and all those different corporations, different LLCs, which can sponsor these kids, can put can use them for promotions. It would be UM, it would be a lot of the affiliates that are associated, like the orthopedic doctors,
yes,
orthopedic clinic, rehab clinic. Okay.
Yeah. For instance, if I had Brown new and used cars, and I hired Tyler Van Dyke. I hired Tyler Van Dyke, and I could promote Tyler Van Dyke based through my company. But if you have University of Miami affiliated or associated with anything, the NCAA is going to pounce on top of us like crazy. I mean, they just did it about 6-7 months ago.
Sir, take the UM logo off the jerseys. Go get an orange jersey or a green jersey that says Brown Auto Sales. The kids still know who this person is.
Right. But what I'm saying is,
E. Brown. Can I answer that? I'll answer E. Brown. They came down on us because they was in a restaurant, like literally like negotiating, like, no, you can't do that. Like, it made it too obvious. Russ was there with the girl, like in the picture. Like, he's taking pictures with them and they advertising it. You can't do that, bro. Like, if you don't do the NIL thing, you can't be around them people like that. Like, that's like almost like a Neville Shapiro type of thing where Shapiro was taking pictures with the players. You can't do that.
Right.
Like, you can't do that.
You're 100% right. And so but that's what I'm saying. If I would say Robin Shapiro, if John Ruiz is the lawyer that he says he is, so he knows let me ask y'all this. And I'm just asking because I don't know. I'm not assuming to know. I'm not saying I know. First of all, I don't even know what the hell Life Wallet is. First of all, that's first. But that's neither here nor there. Second question is, when have you ever seen any ads or anything for Life Wallet? I'm on social media all the time. If I go over here and Google something on Amazon, it's going to show up on my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter, all of that stuff. Now, I know that's geo-marketing and all that. I get it. But all I'm saying is, why can't we use, if this dude is $1 billion something, that's promoting your company, Life Wallet, for more people to get it. That's marketing.
Yeah,
so my thing, hold on.
Use them more because the coach. Now I know y'all know. Well, I live in Gainesville for a while. I still back up for a family out there and everything. Right now, I'm Mississippi, right? So I know y'all know Southern Miss Golden Eagles, right? They're not known for winning, but soon you enter that city of Hattiesburg, you're gonna see all over Southern Miss Golden Eagles here, Golden Eagles downtown, Go Eagles here. No player's name, no face, and none of that. But they're promoting. And they're not even known for winning, but they're still promoting. They still draw these fans at the same time with no issue. So that's my only problem with the fact that, like I said, we don't have to do faces. We don't have to do players. We don't have to just the fact of promoting the school.
Promoting it. Listen, real quick. I'm gonna do this. I'm getting off of here.
Like soon you enter the city, it's Southern Miss, go to Eagles. Soon you go downtown, go to Eagles here. Go Eagles here.
And guess what? But to your point,
not that hard,
hold on. But to your point, right? Because that's a college town. That's what some people are going to fight, push back on you on. I get it. Real quick, Bernard C., thank you for the $20.
That's true.
Okay, but here's why I'm not going to push back. Louisville ain't a college town. Louisville is a major city. Hold on, I'm going to tell you something. Louisville is a major city. Would everybody agree or disagree with that?
Most definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
I disagree.
Disagree. You don't think you don't think Louisville is a major city?
Quarterbacks done went there and became.
I've been there.
Hold on, guys. Y'all don't think Louisville is a major city? Okay.
Yeah, I think it is. I've been there before. It's a major city.
Okay, hold on. E. Brown said he disagree. I'm asking E. Brown why.
No, I misunderstood your question. I thought you said that they were not a major college city. That's how.
No, I was saying Louisville is I was saying my pushback is, well, at least Hattiesburg is kind of a college town, right? So I understand why you'll see. Yeah, but but I see why you have Golden Eagles everywhere and blah blah blah. Because somebody said earlier, Coach, well, it's easier for college towns to do that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm asking, would everybody agree that Louisville is a major city?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I'm coaching at FIU. We fly into Louisville. Guess what I see? Welcome to Cards Country with the little bird. He pissed off to the side. Right? Fine. When we get on the bus, because you don't take regular TSA, they bus come up to the plane, you get off the plane, you get on the bus. From the time we left the stadium with the police escort to the time we got to the hotel, everybody we passed, guess what they did to us? I don't know if y'all watching the screen. They threw the L up on us. Everybody. Listen to me. As they should. Hold on, wait a minute, because I'm not finished with the story. They threw the L up. When we got to the hotel, people walking by. Go Cards. They didn't even know who we were. They don't care. Go Cards. Right?
Right.
They throwing the L up. Hold up.
School.
We ride through because Louisville kind of like in a little area. The little boys out there playing basketball on the street. They got to move out the street. So we go through a little slow. Guess what? You can hear them yelling, Go Cards, little shorties. So my point is, you're going to tell them now, is Louisville as big as Miami? Probably not. I get that. But it's a major city, and it can be done. You see the flags up there. You see the Cardinals flag things everywhere. Come on, bro.
The University of Miami. Let me ask you, the University of Miami. Can we all agree that University of Miami is not only an internationally known, but we are universally known university when it comes to the U. Am I right or wrong?
I would say that, yes.
Yeah. You know the student population.
Let me finish up before you guys chime in. Let me finish up.
I'm getting off of here after this.
If the University of Miami, if you flash the L when you're in Louisville, I don't care where you go in the entire United States of America or outside of the country. If you flash the U sign, people know exactly what you're talking about, okay? They know what we're talking about. The University of Miami doesn't need to go put flags on every street pole and light pole and down in Miami before they know who we are. They know who we are because of the historic value of the University of Miami, what the team has been historically. We already have the notoriety. We already have that.
E. Brown.
Okay, we have the notoriety.
Yeah, but what is going to hurt to not do it? That's the thing. What is going to hurt?
Yeah, it won't hurt not to do it, but I agree with what you said though, because
gentlemen, we have a one.
People coming down here stealing all our kids.
Yeah, we haven't won in 23 years, man. 23 years.
E. Brown.
We haven't won in 23 years, but everybody knows what that symbol stands.
Hold on, guys. Two people talking, guys. Go ahead.
We haven't won in in over 20 years, guys. But everywhere you go, everybody knows what that U stands for. Okay? Everybody knows what U stands for. We're part of the biggest notoriety or promotional enterprise in the world, which is freaking ESPN. If we have a record of 4-7, they want to put us on television, guys. They're not going to put Louisville on TV at 4-7. They'll put the University of Miami on.
But E. Brown, what does that have to do? No, wait. And I'll be with you, bro, on some stuff. But again, back to my McDonald's commercials. Everybody knows Ronald McDonald, the big red shoes, but he still makes commercials. And again, I'm not talking about necessarily promoting the University of Miami, more than I'm talking about promoting the players that are from the city of Miami that go to the University of Miami. That's what you're missing. I'm not talking about necessarily I'm not talking about promoting the U itself versus I'm talking about being in the hotbed of recruiting. Hold on, guys. Being in the hotbed of recruiting. We're having a problem with our big time players getting up out of here. So now, so instead of me having to remind the kid who Cam Kitchens is, making All-American, and his jersey is held up in the rafters in the indoor practice facility that probably a half of a percent is going to ever see. If you put it out there on I-95 where mamas, grandmamas, abuelas, abuelos, tias, primos, primas, everybody see it, now it becomes a thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you, right? Everybody from Miami remembers this. Watch this. Everybody from Miami remembers this. Remember when you used to go over the hump on 163rd Street? Everybody at once, tell me, what was the sign that you saw?
Okay.
Y'all too young. Remember the little girl and the dog pulling her pants down? The little copper tone?
Oh, yeah. Tropical suntan lotion.
Thank you. That's my point. That's marketing. You get it in front of so many people's eyes, guys.
Right.
You get it in front of the people's eyes.
That's real, coach.
But y'all, guess what? Soon as I said it, y'all, copper tone sun lotion.
Yeah, that was a great point.
That's my point.
See, I get what he's saying, E. Brown. That's what he's saying.
I'm not saying you're promoting. Hold on. We're not promoting.
It's easy for them to forget, man.
Yeah, but we're not promoting the U. We're promoting the kids in the city that go to the U. And we may just influence the next Andre Johnson that could have been Jeremiah Smith. We're promoting the next Santana Moss that was Tutu Atwell. We're promoting the next Frank Gore that is now, Richard Young. I'm just calling names.
Coach, Frank Gore's son is at USM right now.
Yeah.
Why he left Miami to go to all the way to USM?
Well, because they didn't recruit him. That's another issue.
They told he was too small.
But listen, that's another issue. All I'm saying is, what I'm trying to get to understand is people want to feel appreciated and not tolerated. And we talked about sales. Okay. Sales is all about relationships. Somebody said earlier, I don't remember who. Well, part of the sales is making people feel appreciated. Because one day a kid could say, Mama, I'm going to be on 95 just like Cam Kitchen. Instead of saying, Mama, I'm finna play in the Hard Rock. Mama, I'm finna ball out in Hard Rock. But every day you go to work on 95, you're going to see me up on the. Damn, I got chill bumps just from talk. This is what I'm talking about, dog. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about.
And Coach, like you said, we don't have to show no name of the team. We could just put some green jerseys on and put our numbers up there, and that's good enough. We don't have to go into detail. You put kids out there
football in the Hurricane jersey. I mean, that'd be great.
Dog,
I don't know.
Hold on. Shout out to Footballville. Shout out to Footballville. Listen, Footballville go to these little league games. And he's got a picture of, I don't know this kid's name. That's my fault. He said, who you going to be? I'm going to be the next, he said, I'm going to be the next James Williams. No, the jit got to be all of 7 years old, 8 years old balling. That's what I'm saying.
That's where it started.
They supposed to put that jersey on then. Right then in there, that Hurricane jersey.
Look at this cat. What are you selling? What are you selling? What the hell are you selling? Hold on.
But even the high school players, even the high school player, that's gonna motivate them. Like, you know what, man, I want to stay here. I want to do it here. I'm not gonna go out of town. I'm not gonna go to UF or Florida State or wherever. I'm gonna do it
See,
for here
Briley,
because they sense it every day.
yeah, see, Briley says, what the hell are you selling? It ain't winning. You're trying to put lipstick on a pig and call it pretty because the pig lives in the crib. See, you're missing the whole point of marketing. The whole point of marketing, I'm not saying
Yes.
you're going to get every kid. We're talking about inspiring kids that have gone to the U, and you may catch the next great out of it. That's what you're not understanding. Do you
Are the
know?
ones who have the option to go.
Yes, bro.
Like the ones who may have a couple of schools on the table and they like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna go to the U.
Bro, believe this or not, do you
No,
know
they
how?
still got they
Bro, do
still
you know
got
how many
Jordan and Nike
kids?
commercials, bro. Come on, bro.
Bro, do you know how many kids, dog, literally, that would inspire? Because we always hear our kids. I'm gonna get my mama out the hood one day. I'm gonna buy my mama a house. So imagine in the process of you buying your mama that house, when she passed you every day, she could look at a 50, 60-foot poster of you up there and say, that's my baby. That's my baby. My baby gonna make it. That's my this, that's my that. And he in a positive light. Come on, man. And it's in your neighborhood. We got kids literally from Carroll City, from Norland, from Northwestern, from Central, from American Heritage, from Nigel Lee Kelly and them. Man, we got kids all over South Florida.
Yeah.
And you gonna tell me
too much talent, man.
Man, come on, dog.
Way too much.
You know how many kids, bro, you know how many kids.
Y'all know how y'all pass by like the hotels and stuff, and they have the little signs, and they have like they special for the week and all that. How about I'm in Gainesville, I'm riding down, and they sign. Guess what it says? Go Gators. Go Gators. They ain't say they nothing about they special for the week or none of that. It just said Go Gators. No flag, no nothing. Just Go Gators. Like, that's all I'm saying. It's the small things, man. It's really the smallest thing.
That our stadium is on the biggest booster for the University of Michigan.
I can't hardly hear you, bro. You got to speak up a little bit. Speak a little louder.
Sorry, I said one of the biggest problems is that our stadium where we play is owned by one of the biggest boosters, the biggest booster, University of Michigan.
Yeah, but he don't own 183rd Street. He don't own 199th Street.
No, he don't. I agree with you, but we're.
But it's like back to coach thing about Louisville. A lot of people don't know like Heinz Ketchup and all them behind Louisville. That's how Louisville got the money. So that's why they market. They market everything well too in Louisville. It's the same way. Like they got sponsors. They using the money towards the football. So you get the carts and all that.
Bro, there's plenty of money out there. People talk about they don't got money.
That's
bro,
what I'm about to say.
Out of $100 million, out of $100 million, how much would it take to put 20 posters up? I mean, 20 billboards up.
So you have don't got no money.
Huh? Say it again.
It won't even cost that much, coach. I said to you.
No. I didn't say 100 million.
Got more money.
No, I didn't say 100 million. I was saying we got 100. They put 100 million into the program. I'm saying out of that 100 million, how much would it cost for 20? Matter of fact, come on. You know I like to Google ish. Let's Google it.
About 30,000, about 100,000, coach.
No, I'm finna find a Clear Channel. That's what we doing it. You go up here and get my Google on. I'm getting pissed off.
It really ain't even no excuse though. Like that just bothers me.
Come on, man, we don't got no money, bro. We got plenty of money, bro. Like, plenty of money.
Hey, coach, I understand. I understand where your fervor, the meat of your conversation is coming from the promotion of the kids. I get that. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on it 100%. I agree with you. But promoting the kids it's monumental, man. It's monumental to promote the kids or what have you. But we're talking about creating an environment, a winning environment with the University of Miami.
That's part of it.
That's what we're sitting on our concentration on for the last 2 or 3 hours. That what we've been talking about. We're talking about creating a winning environment winning environment then creates promotional opportunities. Winning and promotional opportunities create the opportunity to promote our kids. Those three things will follow. With those three things working in combination, we will continue to build upon what we're trying to do is to keep that winning tradition going on and on and on and on. Just like they're dealing with at Alabama and Georgia and some of the other locations or whatever. And then we'll be able to have conversations. We'll be able to have conversations talking about the 5 stars and how many champions are we going to win the national championship this year, instead of worrying about whether or not we're going to beat Sam Houston State. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, all of the things that you're talking about, the little trinkets about, doing the thing for the kids and putting their pictures in the stadiums and promoting the kids who have been successful to get to the University of Miami to play for the University of Miami. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But if we're not winning, The only thing that we're going to do is we're going to have kids that are going to emulate them on the football field until they get to the point where they want to make the decision to go somewhere. They're going to go somewhere where they're winning. That's what they're going to do. They're going to go. Cam Kitchen can be an All-American there at the University of Miami, but if the University of Miami is winning 5 games a year, those kids who are looking up to him and paying attention to him, when they get the opportunity, they're going to go. They're going to select the school where they're going to go if they can have the opportunity to win. Win.
I feel like that's 50-50 though, E. Brown. I feel like that's 50-50.
Oh, yeah, I feel like that's 50-50.
I feel like that's 50-50 because, like I said, you got some guys that, once again, they're going to be so committed to the culture, even if we're not doing that well, they're going to want to come there to try to make a difference.
All I know is this. Hold on, guys, because I'm about to get off here. Listen, guys, I'm about to get off here. You're right. There's a point to what you're saying, E. Brown, but the other point is we're talking about rebuilding the culture. There was a big problem with culture. See, that's my thing. Everybody talks about, Miami's culture was bad, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I get all that. But the culture extends beyond the locker room. I'm sorry. The culture is what? The culture is the city. The culture is, guess what? I don't want to let my people down. I don't want to let my team, think about this. I just take Cam Harris, for example, because he walked the halls of Carroll City. He walked back through Carroll City. You know how many people don't even know who he is because they didn't follow football like that? What I'm saying is we got to make these kids neighborhood heroes. We got to make these kids we got to make these kids where this stuff is feasible, and the University of Miami can provide that for you, and you want to come there because you grew up a fan. E. Brown, I don't know how long you've been a fan. Oh, hold on, E. Brown, I don't know how long you've been a fan, and you grew up in Miami.
This is 1976.
Okay, how old were you in 1976?
I was about 17 years old.
Okay, and I wasn't even born in 76. So what I'm telling you, no, I'm just saying that not to be funny, but something happened. Are you from Miami?
No, I'm from the Glades area, man.
Okay, well, you're from South. Okay,
from the Glades.
Okay, so since you were 17 and something happened to make you become a fan. What was that?
What happened? Well, one of the guys who I played football with in high school, Danny Miller went on to the University of Miami and became their place kicker. That's what I started to learn about the University of Miami.
He played for my first cousin, E. Brown. He played for Al Morrell at Clewiston, correct?
Al Morrell, yes, sir. Al Morrell.
Okay.
I played for Al.
That's my first cousin.
What?
That's my
All right.
So
what a small world.
Small world.
Yeah.
But that triggered you to become a fan. How do you know?
Yes.
How do you know that poster, that billboard, and now watch this. Now that kid sees Cam Kitchens every day, and one day Cam Kitchens go to his school to speak, or Cam Kitchen sees him in the store, or he be like, "Hey, that's Cam Kitchen. Hey, what's up, little man?" And his inspiration says, 20 years from now, when I'm an old man, I'm talking about, welcome to Coach Hayes football. He's gonna call in. And he's going to say, "Man, I'm a big Miami fan." Well, how you become a Miami fan? Man, one day I was at the store and I ran into Cam Kitchens. Yep. See, you never know what's going to inspire somebody. You never know what's going to inspire somebody to do something.
That's it.
And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. We can't dismiss it because the same way you became a fan from a place kicker is the same way that same dude can become a fan by looking at a poster saying, dang, I could imagine Cam Kitchens. I don't know what he majoring in. Or let's just take my man from Florida State that won the award. The doctor, what's his name, man? Come on. Not Roll. Y'all just said it.
Canal.
Yeah.
No.
You're right. I think it's Roll. Yeah.
Yeah, Roll. Imagine him with a jersey on him, and it became a neurosurgeon. Imagine that inspire another kid to do the same thing. Like, you never know. How about this? We got Chad Thomas. Chad Thomas played for this, played in the NFL, and now he's a big music producer.
All right.
Why can't he be there with a jersey and a keyboard? And people don't know Chad Thomas is classically trained in the piano because he went to New World School of the Arts. But most people don't know that. He played for Bethune. He played for Booker T. But most people don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. Why couldn't Chad Thomas imagine that story where he's on there with a keyboard and he got a #1 hit record and he produced while he's at the U? See, there's a lot of stuff that inspire these kids to be something that we don't know, but we don't want to put it out there. But here's the residual effect. The residual effect is the University of Miami picks up a top player off of that, maybe, or a fan that is now going to become a season ticket holder down the line that's going to spend tens of thousands of dollars. Y'all playing games out here.
That's a great motivational speak, Coach, but you know that's not reality.
Goddamn E-Brown, I love you to death, man. We're gonna meet one day, man. Where you live, E-Brown? Where you live?
I live in Palm Beach County.
Oh, I pay about all the time. I'm gonna stop by your house and give you one of these right here. I'm just gonna ring your doorbell, slap you, and get in the car.
Brown, you sound like
Myron Roll. Yes,
Brown,
thank you.
You sound like you don't really. It's like you more focused on the winning too, like which we all is. At the end of the day, we all want to win, but like Coach said, we is in rebuilding, bro. Like you said, you like Miami through a place kicker, right? Was they winning at the time when you were attracted to the team? Were they winning at the time?
Well,
76.
Well, I started like, hey, listen, I got a little age on me. I started liking them when Chuck Foreman was playing, and also my man from Forest Hill High School who played with the New York Giants. What's his name? Like Otis
Anderson.
Those guys. Hey, listen, you guys don't remember that. You guys don't remember those University of Miami. Chuck Foreman is a Hall of Famer. University of Miami. Ted Hendricks, Hall of Famer.
And don't nobody know. Put it up around the city.
Hey, nobody knows who they
Put
are.
it up around the city. That's my point.
Huh?
Put it up around the city.
I've been since 1960. E-Ground.
Can I tell y'all something? Can I tell you something about advertising? Listen, I'm gonna say this. Guys, I'm gonna say this. I'm getting out of here. I promise you. Can I tell y'all something? I didn't go to Carroll City. Grew up in Carroll City, but I didn't go to Carroll City High School. I went to American. But do you know that Carroll City won the water polo championship in '77? Did y'all know that? You want to know why I know that?
Right there.
But you want to know why I know that? Because it was up on the wall. No, I was born in '77. It was on the wall. You understand? It was marketed on the wall of their championships. That's what I'm saying. People learn history about things wherever. You never know what things are if you just keep it in a book. If you keep it in a record book, anybody, let me go check out and see how many. No, but you put that stuff up and you promote your school. You promote Ted Hendricks. You promote these cats. Jim Otto. Yeah. You promote those kind of dudes that went on to do great things, blah, blah, blah. Yes, how you skate by it is, yes, they did football, but they also did this. They played football, but they did that. I guarantee it's some top moguls out here that play football that are doing great business somewhere. Come on, man.
Yeah. Well, I again, Coach, listen, I am not talking against your
yes, you are. You're a hater.
Your calls about the kids, promoting the kids, but I just wanted to know, understand that, hey, listen, it is It is a great motivational speech, great motivational ads you just put on there. Somebody ought to just market the heck out of it, but it ain't reality. It ain't reality.
Why not? It's reality everywhere else.
Reality.
I don't get it.
Reality is WIN. That's reality. That's reality.
So you saying we should wait till we winning to start putting up, to start promoting?
Nope. When you win, winning will do the promotion for you, and all you need to do is just to ride
Not
that
all
wave.
the time. Not all the time. There's plenty of teams out here that done had undefeated records. Nobody don't know who they is.
Give me an example of a football team that has been winning in the last 20 years that we don't know about. Give me an example.
Say it again. Say it again.
Give me an example of a football team. I'm going to stay with one sport. With football team, give me an example of a football team that has won consistently in the last 20 years that we do not know about.
You mean a winning record or one? Like,
yeah. Can you name a football team that has won a Super Bowl, a national championship, a conference championship that we don't know about? Is there any football team that has won those different type of titles that we don't know about? How do we know about them? How do we know about it? We knew about them because they started to win. We know about UCF because they won. We knew about Marshall because they won.
You want to know
about?
Yeah, but guess what UCF does around here? Hold on, but guess what UCF does? Everything around here is a golden night. Well, they don't even golden anymore. It's night this and night that and night this and night that.
Yeah.
Bro, here's something else funny.
And this before the win.
Yeah.
That's my I'm saying.
Yes. What I'm saying is, to your point, you're right. But what we're saying is you still have to promote your organization at some point. Yeah. Miami, bro, do you know this? Do you know how I found Canes wear? I'm going to tell you the guys on truth. Do you know how I found Canes wear? I thought Canes wear was down there by the University of Miami. I was actually my mom lived in Cooper City. I was in Cooper City and I was getting to do a show and I left one of my Miami Hurricane t-shirts I was going to wear. I left it in Orlando. So she lives by a Target. There's a Walmart, right? And it's not far. If you know what Cooper City is, a Target, Walmart, and all that stuff. I said, I could run over there and get a Miami Hurricane shirt from Target. I drive to Miami.
You're not going to find it.
Listen, not going to find it. Listen, they got a little kiosk about this big with that stuff on there. Hold on. Then I try to go over to the Walmart. Didn't see anything. So now I'm going up 27th Avenue because I'm now finna head to Broward Mall. Right? Now I'm panicking like, dang, I got to go. I'm going to run to Broward Mall. I'm going up 27th Avenue. I stop at the light. And I just happen to look to my left. And I see I'm going north on 27, and I happen to look to my left, and I saw the thing said Canes wear with the flags flying. And I've heard of Canes wear, but again, I never knew where it was. I was coaching football. I wasn't out there buying Miami Hurricane gear like that. You understand? Like I ain't even watch the game. I'm coaching football games instead of watching them. So anyway, I look to my left and I'm like, damn, that's Canes wear. I bust a U-turn and I go in there and buy me a shirt. So I'm saying to say that to say to you, we don't even promote it. Even in local Walmarts, we don't promote it in Target. We don't promote it. Bro, they got Cooper City High School stuff in the Walmart around there, in the Walgreens. And I can't even find a University of Miami t-shirt to wear for a show. I can't even find a shirt, dog. I got to go to Canesville. Shout out to Canesville, I guess. But $80? $80, bro. This shirt, I got a shirt right here. This polo shirt, y'all want to call it authentic, whatever. This polo shirt cost me $80 at Canesville, dog. $80.
Yeah, I've been there.
Exactly.
I've been there.
I'm not knocking Canesville, but there's nowhere in the world I shouldn't be able to go pick up a $15 to $23 t-shirt out of a Walmart to support for kids.
Come on, man.
Guess what? Hold on. But guess what? When I walk in, guess when I walk in, because I go hunting a lot. I'm in Dawson, Georgia. You ever heard of Dawson, Georgia? It's 20 miles north.
Dawsonville or Dawson?
Dawson, like Shannon Dawson.
Oh, okay.
Dawson.
Oh, okay.
That's where my family's from. It's 20 miles north of Albany, right? 2 hours.
You see Georgia Bulldogs, everything.
Bro, I can't go into listen. The Chevron owned by Indian family, know them well, but ain't nothing but Georgia Bulldog stuff in there.
Yeah.
Nothing but
Coach,
Georgia.
not to cut you off,
Bro, they
Coach,
got
I was
Georgia.
out there in Georgia. Just as well. I was out there near I was in something called Gainesville. It's a Gainesville, Georgia as well. I go in the Kroger. Soon you walk in Kroger, to your left, Georgia Bulldogs, everything. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like they promoting all throughout this. It's not even about Athens. It's just the whole. They promote. They promote Bulldogs everywhere.
If they were scrubs, I guarantee you wouldn't be seeing it.
They was.
They're winning.
Georgia Bulldog.
They're winning.
Bro, they've been selling that stuff since.
Nobody talking about Georgia like that.
What? That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I've been in them same country roads. So I'm 46 now. I've been in them same country roads for 45 years. And them same stuff everywhere. You see that G and that Bulldog, the ugly dog, with his teeth hanging out of his mouth. I don't care where you go in the backwood. Hold on. People flying flag. Now, again, I understand there's a difference because a lot of Miami's transit, a lot of people from New York, but I'm not tripping. But you're going to tell me that we can't even drive around a local Walmart and Target and find a T-shirt, bro? A T-shirt?
Hey, listen, I'm here in Palm Beach County, and man, you can't find a University of Miami nothing nowhere. Okay, you gotta go down south in order to get it. If you want to get a
Well, you better go south. Don't stop in Cooper City because you ain't gonna find it.
I gotta tell you that's it. but listen, in Georgia they're winning. I mean,
but E. Brown, this was before they're winning.
When you go to those stores, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Coach. Go ahead.
I'm saying this is before they're winning. You know what else they're selling?
Yeah.
Because we're so close to the Alabama line. Guess what else they're selling? Auburn.
Yeah.
Because Auburn is in East Alabama. They're selling Georgia and Auburn. Well, is Auburn been good?
What about Georgia Tech? Are they selling Georgia Tech stuff?
Maybe in the city.
No.
Maybe in the city.
You know why?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm listening.
You want to know why they're not selling the Georgia stuff at the Georgia Florida line, or the Mississippi Georgia? I mean the what is it? What's next? The Mississippi Georgia Alabama line or Alabama Mississippi? You know why they're not selling in the Georgia Tech jerseys or uniforms? Because they're not winning.
I don't know. I just speak for Atlanta. I can't speak for Atlanta. But again, Georgia is also the powerhouse. We're talking about, I guarantee if I go to Atlanta, I guarantee if I go in the Atlanta area, you'll find some GT stuff. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
I guarantee if Georgia Tech were to start winning and beat Georgia a couple of times, I guarantee you'll see more majority Georgia Tech jerseys hanging around in those Georgia stores. It's winning. It goes back to winning.
It's not
find Georgia Tech stuff in
because,
Atlanta.
like Coach said, Georgia's been always the powerhouse, and they got a way more longer streak.
Bernard C says can't find Georgia Tech stuff in it. He says you can't find Georgia Tech stuff in Atlanta. I don't know. So I have to take Bernard C's word for it. Well, guess what? Georgia Tech better tighten up then. They in the same boat as us. Tighten up.
Exactly. That's what I'm. I want to keep the conversation. I want to keep the conversation on what we need to talk about. What we need to talk about. We need to talk about those coaches. We need to talk about that administration. We need to talk about those players. We need to talk about them. We don't need to talk about them and give them any indication that we're satisfied with how they have been performing in the last couple of years. I am not going to promote them because they are not performing the way they need to perform. And I am not about to go around and promote a bunch of guys who can't win 4 freaking games a year.
5. You hater.
4 games.
But check this out though. It don't have to
because
be just promote the football. You can just promote the school itself.
We stole the game from Virginia.
That's all I'm saying. You can promote the school itself. That's what other people doing. You don't see Georgia. You just see Georgia. You don't see Georgia football all the time, or Alabama. You don't see Alabama football all the time, but they promote the school still.
Listen here, so Anthony Williams say lies, coach. I'm right here in Midtown, and Georgia Tech stuff is everywhere. See that I can't speak because I can't speak for Georgia Tech. I can speak about Dawson, Georgia. But I can't speak about.
I guarantee you when you get outside of Midtown or Atlanta, you ain't gonna find no Georgia Tech stuff. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you.
But it don't matter because Georgia Tech in Atlanta so long. That's all we need. We still just trying to get in the city first before we. So at least they starting somewhere. We barely have a starting point.
I mean, listen, it all. We could talk about all those other little things.
Bro,
with.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you one more thing.
All those other little.
I'm gonna tell y'all one more thing. I got to get out of here, man. So again, I'm here in Central Florida. I go into a couple of stores around here. They got a lid store for hats, bro. They don't even have University of Miami stuff up here. They got Florida State and Florida. It's very small. You'll find UM stuff up here.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
They got hats from basically. I think they might give us one UM hat. Like I went into Academy Sports the other day. They got Florida, Florida State. They got the Dolphins. They got. We can't talk about the Dolphins just start winning now. You know what I'm saying? Like the Dolphins been. But anyway, they got the Dolphins. But dog, there's no Miami stuff, and I don't know. Now again, I don't know if that's because they're being stingy with the selling of the rights of it, or I don't know how that works. But you know what I mean, like the logistic piece of it, of giving out the marketing rights of it and using the rights to sell. I don't know. But here's what I do know. I'm gonna go back to this and I'm gonna say this in conclusion. I've been saying that about 45 minutes now. Regardless of the fate, regardless of the case, the University of Miami is cheating the fan base because the fan base is the community. No. We are one and the same. The fan base is the community. The community is the fan base. If the community stop going, it's already low on sales. If the community, bro, if you fill up a stadium, 95% of the people in the stadium did not go to the University of Miami. Miami is a 70,000 plus seat stadium. If you take everybody that goes to UM right now, right? Everybody that goes to UM, including alum, they have to be an alumni of the University of Miami, what you might get 20,000 seats.
That's what I'm about to say. Maybe 25 at the most. At the most, 25.
But coach, listen, when Mark Richt had that University of Miami ranked number 2 and 3 in the country, they sold that stadium out for the Virginia Tech game, the Notre Dame game. They sold it out for the Florida State game. They sold it out for every freaking home game we played that year. And it all centered around, you know what? I don't know how many times I'm going to have to start closing this case.
And I guarantee
they sold those tickets out because we were winning.
I agree with that.
We were winning.
You're missing the point. Yes, I agree with you. But they're also selling the tickets to who? You have to remember this.
Exactly.
You have to remember who you're selling tickets to. I guarantee 95% of the Heat game when they were winning were not citizens of Miami. They were these fans that come in, the people that have come here from other cities that maybe work here and they make major money. But we're talking about lifelong citizens. I guarantee the majority of those seat holders were not people from the city of Miami. And it's the same thing with Miami. The majority, you go to one of these games.
That's a different animal.
It is a different animal, but that's my point. You're still not what? You're still not praising the community who does back you when you were losing and go to those games.
Well, I disagree with you on that because the reason why I say that is because if you see some of the promotional things from the Miami Heat, since we're going to venture over into that realm, when you see some of the things that the Miami Heat promote, they are out in the community all the time. When I say they, the players are out in the community all the time doing community-oriented things.
I agree.
They are, you see it all the time. They're in the community, promoting the community or whatever. Now, and then, like I said, that's a different animal. The only way I say that's a different animal is because, man, I can't afford to go see a basketball playoff game. Man, I can't pay $2,000 for no seat as a citizen there in the University of Miami. That's why you have those imported people who you're talking about going to see the game. Those are the ones who can afford to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But but we're talking about the University of Miami. We're talking about the University of Miami, a college atmosphere, college environment, where 95% of the people who are attending the game are not a University of Miami alumnus or alumni or whatever you want to say it. They are all in it because, number one, they represent the community. Number two, they're winning freaking football games. Okay?
But they're
that's
not
why those
going to
people
the
are
game
there.
knowing we're going to win, though. So either way, you're taking a chance.
No. Listen, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but when we were in the mid '80s to late '80s, early '90s, the 2000 team, when we went to the football game, all we were talking about is how many darn points are we going to beat Rutgers by? Hey, how many points are we going to beat them by? Now you know what we're talking about. Man, I hope we get a field goal to win this doggone game. Nobody want to go see that, man.
Hey, Brown, I hate.
Nobody want to see that, man.
Get up, man. Hey, Brown, your face should be tired of getting slapped. You're too funny, but now you're right.
Hey, listen, like the
we don't even play Rutgers anymore. I guess because they were Big
that.
East. I won't even play Rutgers anymore. What happened? Huh?
Ain't nobody got no time for that. We go to the Middle Tennessee State game thinking we're gonna blow these cats out, and we get blown out. And they have sympathy on us.
You right though.
That, the Middle Tennessee team talk trash.
They did
on the field.
They did
and talk trash.
But let's not forget, Middle Tennessee was never really no garbage team though. Like, let's not. They just not no.
Come on, man.
Hey, stop, dog. Hey, cut it out, dog. Listen, dog. I'm with you on this, E. Brown. I'm with you on this. Hold up, E. Brown. I know you tired of getting slapped. Hey, Mississippi player, take this one. Cut it out. I don't give a dang on. Listen, I wouldn't care, bruh. I'm sorry.
Hey, Middle Tennessee State plays Alabama right now. You know what we'll be talking about? Man, how come Alabama missed 1 point for coach scoring 100 on them?
Bruh, listen. I don't want to hear nothing about no Middle Tennessee State.
All I'm saying is Middle Tennessee, they haven't something a lot of players to leave, man. And they ain't just known like that, but they ain't just no garbage team. I ain't making no excuse, but that's all I'm saying.
You just made an excuse for that foolishness.
Because I did expect us to win that game. Don't get me wrong. I did.
Come on, man. Middle Tennessee.
I did expect us to win that game.
Middle Tennessee State is a grown man high school team, bro. Come on now.
Listen, bro, can I tell you something? Because I hear you talking. Hold up, bro. Hold up. I want to make sure I'm right because I hear you talking. But, brother, let me tell you something. Middle Tennessee State gets whooped by James Madison 44-7. Middle Tennessee State beats Colorado State 34-19. Beats Tennessee State 49. Plays Miami, beat us 45-31. And let me see, they went 1, 2, 3. They won 3. They lost 3 games in a row. They beat UTEP. They got their teeth kicked in by La Tech. They beat Charlotte. They beat Florida Atlantic. They beat FIU. And they beat San Diego. There's no other bigger competition on their entire record. On their entire schedule than us. And they still losing games. Man. Bro, they lost. Middle Tennessee lost to La Tech 40-24, dog. Western Kentucky 35-17. Hold on. University of Texas San Antonio, the Roadrunners 45-30. UAB 41-14. They just got their program back, didn't they? Bro, come on, dog.
Yes.
Come on. I'm sorry. I can't go with that.
We're sitting here talking about promoting that. I am not promoting that crap.
I got to get off of here, man. Y'all ain't going to let me go, man.
I am not going to promote a 4-win football team who consistently go out and 4 freaking football games.
That's not true now. Hold on now, Ebro. I ain't gonna let you just slander us now. Hold on. We ain't been 5-7. We won 5-7 last year.
Hey, listen, that Virginia game, man. Listen, we were sweating. We were sweating like we were sweating like we was in the Mississippi hot box.
Hey, the
Playing
funny
the
thing,
Virginia,
hey,
with the
and the funny
Virginia
thing is,
Cavaliers.
hey, when we caught that 2-point conversion, bro, we thought we had won a natty.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I mean, go back to when we had to do at the end of the game, we had to do a 50-man lateral to win a game against Duke.
Duke, dog. Listen, but hold on, I ain't gonna let you slander us. Hold up, the last time. Hold on, I ain't gonna let you slander us now because you talk about 4-win team. The last time we won 4 games or less was in 1977 with Lou Saban. So cut it out. I ain't gonna let you do that. We had 5 games with Butch Davis, but that's all right. That was year 3. But I ain't gonna let you talk about 4-win team. Now I ain't gonna let you do us like that. Now if you want to talk, about last time we won 3 games, bro, we would literally, bro. Is that the lowest we've ever been?
We got beat by Clemson 58-0 during Randy Shannon. We got beat, not Randy Shannon. I mean, what's the guy with the tie?
Al Golden,
the guy from the Penn State guy.
We got
beat. Yeah, we got beat what 66-13 under Manny Diaz by North Carolina. We got beat by. We got slaughtered. We got slaughtered in the Coal Bowl out in Texas in El Paso. We got slaughtered under Randy Shannon. That's our history, guys. Right now, that's our freaking history. Let's stop telling these coaches that it's okay that they go out and win 6-7 games a year. What are we going to do next year? Hey man, tell those guys, hey man, listen. I am not going to promote guys that they're putting this crap on the field and then have me walking around my University of Miami stuff on my car, on my shirt,
Jesus Christ.
and everywhere. And you guys out here winning 4 games. You want to give them 5? Give them 5, coach.
Bro,
give them 5.
No, that's a fact.
Give them a participation trophy as well.
That's right.
Give them a participation.
That's
trophy.
right. I'm gonna get one. But my thing is, I just looked at this. We've only had one 10-win season since 2003 with Larry Coker.
23 years ago, right? 20 years ago.
Actually, literally 20 years. Well, this will be the 20th year right here.
20 years ago.
We had one 10-win season with Mark Rick in 2017.
And we want to promote that? Are you kidding me? I don't want to promote that stuff no more. I am not promoting that stuff anymore, guys. And all you University of Miami fans out there listening to Coach Hayes right now, we need to tell this coaching staff, these players at university, that hey, you are not going to get promoted by me. You are not going to get that promotion until you guys start producing on the field. You start producing on the field, then that's when you're going to see the promotion from the fans, from the businesses, from whatever. That's when you're going to see it. Until then, hey, get behind me and walk with me. Get behind me and walk with me. Okay. I got more ambition than you heard from the University of Miami. I got more ambition, man.
Listen.
Are you kidding me?
E. Brown, check this out. So Stand on Business says Northwestern could care less about sports. They are a top 5 academic institution in the country. You're right. But I swear to God, I had read an article that they were putting $800 million into their football stadium.
You better believe it.
So they may not care.
You better believe it.
But they sure putting 800. Hold up. Let me make sure I look this right. Hold on. I want to make sure I put this up here right. In September. Hold on.
That statement is what losers do, man. Losers make statements like that, man. Losers do that.
Well, you tough, boy. Hold up. I don't want to put this up here. Now, I don't know if they broke ground or not. But people say that. But at the end of the day, hold up. No, I'm going to shut no audio. Let me run that.
Do you really believe?
Hold up. No, Northwestern shares plans for new $800 million stadium. Put that on the screen, dog. Northwestern shares.
Okay.
Hold up. I just want to make sure I'm right, bruh. There we go. Northwestern University details plans for new $800 million stadium. Bro, they about to look at this. Ah, yes, sir.
You tell me what's important.
Hold on, here go the worst
Tell me
part.
what's important.
Hold on, here go the worst part. Almost $1 billion stadium. And it's only gonna hold 35,000 people. Plans reveal the new stadium will reach a maximum capacity of 35,000, which is 12,000 fewer seats than the current facility has.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, you could come over here and send the text messages about academia and academics and whatever. You can talk about all that crap all you want to, but I guarantee, if that football team starts winning, nobody's gonna bring up academics anywhere. They're not gonna even talk about it. They're not even gonna think about it. Okay, they're not thinking about no academic. When the only time they're gonna think about academics is when the NCAA step in and go, hey, time out. Aren't we supposed to be championing the cause of academics or whatever? That's what they're gonna do. You think anybody in Alabama is talking about academics right now? They don't give a crap about no academics in Alabama and Georgia right now. I mean, you think that's what they're talking about? Heck no, they're not talking about that. Yeah, I mean, look at the NFL draft here. The guy from Georgia.
Exactly.
I mean, you think they were thinking about academics? No, they're not thinking about academics.
So hold on.
Put that guy on the football field.
So E. Brown, check this out. So Stand On Business says that's going to generate revenue for academics. And so, hold on, don't say nothing. Here's my point. If they could do it, why we can't do it? That's my point. We're not reinventing the wheel. So if they're going to spend $800 million to make, let's say, $1 billion, that's a $200 million differential. Why can't we do the same? That's why I told people when we put in $100 million, do you know that was peanut? Like, I'm not saying, I'm not knocking it, but $100 million is what people been doing a long time ago. Of course, is that going to help us? But I want people to understand $100 million is no significant money to what you're seeing programs spend. And I know Miami had the money. I get all that, but I'm just talking about how even with the new stuff we're doing, we're behind. When they're talking about redoing the locker rooms we're getting today were done 15 years ago already at these other programs. See, that's what people have to understand. It may be new to us, and we're like, oh my God, it's beautiful. But bro, like you see, LSU just spent $100 and something million in their locker room. They about to go spend another $50 million right now. I'm getting out of here, E. Brown. Hurry up, Coach, man. Say your last piece. I got to go.
Well, Coach. I mean, before, when the University of Miami was a prominent football team and they were winning games, the money that was generated from that winning football program went to the University of Miami. And you know what the result of that was?
Mm-hmm.
When you drive around and you see that U-Health stuff all over the place, when you go all over the state of Florida, you see U-Health all over the state of Florida. That's the byproduct of that. That's the byproduct of that. Okay. Now, when we start winning football games again, you know what the byproduct is going to be now? It's not going to go to the academic portion or part of the University of Miami. It's going to go to all those little things that you were talking about, you and the other guys have been talking about tonight. Promoting this, promoting that, and promoting whatever. But man,
but bro, you know what? But E. Brown, you know what I'm going to tell you? I disagree. Those are small differences that make big changes. I hate to say this, but I'm going to go do this, right? Here's a prime example. Why do you think coaches put slogans on the walls in the facilities? Why do you think they do that?
Motivation.
Exactly. Small changes, but it subconsciously they see that every day. Subconsciously, they Little stuff. when they walk out there, I'm gonna give my all for Tennessee today, and they got to tap that as they walk out every day. They do that every day. What I'm saying is the type of things I'm talking about today, they don't have to do it exactly how I said it, but those are little things. Imagine this. I use Cam Kitchens because I like the young man. I think he can be special. But imagine when Cam Kitchens ride back to the hood, or he ride back to his house, and he see himself on an 80-foot billboard. What does that do for him? What does that do for him? What does that do for anybody? Like, those are I understand you talking about winning. I get it, E. Brown. I get it. But those are small changes that can have significant dividend. Like, those little things are little, but it creates. So now, guess what? Them little players around the neighborhood he grew up in, they're like, wow, I'm going to watch you this Saturday, Cal. The little shorties in the hood. Like, you never know, but those little things may render huge dividends at the end of the day. Because right now, the only people know that Cam Kitchens is an All-American are the people that follow this closely. Go out there and walk through city of Miami and poll people. Hey, you know Cam Kitchens? First of all, they don't know who he is. Second is, you know he's All-American? No, when did he play? And he's a hometown kid.
Well, you know what, Coach? I mean, I feel even more comfortable now calling you Coach because that was one of those Newt Rocky speeches where you just gave just now. Okay, you go stand out there in front of the football team. You gave that speech. I'll run through the wall. The concrete wall. After that speech you just gave, I'll go out there and run through the wall. All right, that's a great Newt Rocky speech, man. A great Newt Rocky speech.
I'll throw the flag on you, bro. I'm throwing the flag on you, dog.
You're at the top of your craft.
I'm throwing the flag at you, man. Get out of here, man.
That showed that you're at the top of your craft. But you know what? It for the University of Miami right now, that speech you go in one ear, not the other. And the reason why is because, like you said before, when you're in that environment, when you're in that scrub environment, when you're in that loser mentality, when you're in that environment, that's all you hear, that's all you see. Can the University of Miami win 5 games? That's what you hear. That's how you're gonna play.
E. Brown, this for you right here, E. Brown. E. Brown.
I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me.
That's you right there, E. Brown. I don't want no scrub. You're a guy that can't get no love from me. You know what you get from me? One of these. Get some. I'm going to give him one more, and I'm getting up out of here. Get up out of here, man. You a Miami hater. When we start winning, E. Brown, guess what? I'm going to get a billboard with you on it. And you know what it's going to say? You know what it's going to say, E. Brown?
Hanging out the passenger side
of his best friend ride, trying to holler at me. Nah, don't holler at me, player, hanging out the side of your best friend ride. That's all I'm saying. Don't holler at me.
Yes, sir. Right now, we're hanging out of the trunk. Right now, we're hanging out of the trunk.
Hey, somebody said it best. You like that dude on Friday. Reggie, what's up with you, baby? E. Brown, you that dude that say, stay off my lawn. That's you. You that dude from Friday. Hey, guys, stay off my lawn.
I mean, hey, listen, I'm not the guy that said stay off my lawn. Okay, I'm coming at y'all like Debo. Okay, I'm coming at everybody like Debo. All right, that's what I want. That's what I want to see. I want to see the University of Debo is what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
This is what you are. This is what you are.
Look at me, but his game is kind of weak, and I know that he cannot approach me.
He trying to check me, but his game kind of weak. I know he can't approach me. Get out of here, man, with that scrub business, man. Oh, my God, bro. E. Brown, I ain't gonna lie, man. You fun. Some people say, my man Brandon took say, Carl, I thought you was getting off 30. Y'all don't understand, man. First of all, I ain't got to go to work tomorrow, man. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. Should I say Happy Memorial Day? Maybe that's the wrong thing to say. I'm sorry. That's not politically correct. I guess. I'm not sure. Shout out to the veterans out there. That's Veterans Day, Memorial Day. I'm lost.
Yeah, you gotta say happy Memorial Day, because without the sacrifice of those guys, we won't be able to say that crap.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like happy funeral day or something. It's kind of like oxymoron, no? But anyway, I get it.
I mean, you know,
I guess happy Memorial Day. But anyway, to all of those that serve, people that pass, you know, for our freedom, that's a whole nother speech within itself. But Tuesday, y'all don't want to miss Tuesday's show. Coach gonna get a little controversial. And y'all know, you know, I don't bring politics into a lot of things, but Tuesday's show, the Coach Me Coach podcast, I think should be really good. It's dealing with coaches, it's dealing with a coach, and it's dealing with more about philosophies, and it's dealing with these recruits really understanding who they're dealing with and what they're getting into. And sometimes I feel like we are willing to sell ourselves for the W. And what does it get you at the end? Because at the end of the day, the majority of these coaches are the ones who reap the benefits from your hard work. So y'all don't want to miss that on Tuesday. All right, that's 8 p.m. on Tuesday. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be Coach finna go in. I'm going in because I'm tired of it. And I've been telling y'all keep listening to that word family.
Hey, Coach, play the OJ. Play the OJ is for the love of money, and everybody understand.
Oh yeah, but this real different here, boy. This cat here, boy, because I had some dealings with him personally. But anyway,
you know, you'll sell your precious body. I'm telling you, you'll sell your precious body for it. So hey, good luck.
For the love of money. Anyway, I know I'm about to get copyright off this. E. Brown, I'm finna send you the bill when they send it to me. But anyway, with all that being said, I do appreciate you, man. I thank you, everybody who called in. Like I say, sometimes I get on here. It's already been 3.5 hours. I don't even know if my man Flo on tonight. Let me know if Miami Flo is on. I'm not sure. If I am, I ran over. I apologize. But sometimes I just have fun, man. We just kicking it. And I do appreciate it. For everybody who donated, thank you so much for that, too. It does help this channel grow. Check out the WREs, guy. We dropping them every day. So, guys, check those out. Make sure they you guys watch them. Hell, even if you don't watch it, you don't like the team or the person, man, put them on, just let it play, man. God, help Coach out, man. Let's get the algorithm jumping around here, man. All right. So anyway, with that being said, I'm out of here, man. E. Brown, hold on, don't hang up. I'm out of here. You guys, I appreciate you. Thank y'all. This is Canes Talk Live, episode 119 in the books. And I guess we out of here, man. As always, go you. Coach Hayes catch you at the 50-yard line. Peace. Somebody pass me my cane juice.